All right, welcome to That Metal Podcast. I'm Wolfman Dave.
I'm Eli.
All right, dude. Hey, so this was kind of like a spur of the moment, just kind
Yeah,
of we talked about it yesterday. We're
yesterday.
basically going to
Yeah.
be talking about some of the stuff we've been collecting the last couple months or
Oh yeah, man.
several months or so. Uh,
Yeah, I've
so
I've been I have been. Well, I mean, I never have stopped collecting, but I normally on my channel I used to show stuff that I'd buy,
right,
and I haven't really been doing that kind of thing, as you know. So like
yeah,
I just have these stacks of stuff built up, and because I'm so used to like for the last my channel I did for 7 years or whatever where I did that. So I had a system, and now I'm like
yeah,
I just have stacks accumulating. I'm like I got to
yeah,
do because I don't like to put stuff away until I like fully, maybe talk about it with some friends, listen to it, and then I put it away on the shelf.
right.
But yeah, I've just had these stacks built up, and I've really wanted to do something with. I don't know why I didn't think of asking you, uh, but yeah, I'm glad I did.
So it's funny you say that because I think since maybe I want to say October is when I kind of started overall. I had bought maybe October, November. I had
Yeah,
bought one of those like Victrola Crosley cheapy
yeah,
record players, and then I was like,
yeah,
I brought out some of the records that I had, um, either they were gifted to me or I just bought, and then I was like, this is really cool.
yeah.
And then I bought the one behind me uh, up here. It's called the
Oh yeah, yeah.
one by one record,
Cool.
and it came with a couple of speakers already. Um, but I went ahead and updated with an amp, bought a
Yeah,
uh, Fozy or Fozzy amp, and these
I've heard those are good.
yeah, and these Sony speakers, which are two. I think it was like about 320 for everything, for
Wow,
the
not
for the
bad.
for the for the amp and for the speakers.
Yeah, yeah.
The the record player that came with the speakers was about 220, I think 230.
Okay.
So like in a pinch, you could still use those speakers that it comes with.
Yeah,
So it's really cool.
yeah,
But we recently set up my I have a CD player behind the back there, and I have that where I can connect it to the amp, so I could either go records or amp CD player.
yeah.
And it made a difference because I actually um, separated because I had some edifier speakers that were active speakers, and they sounded great, but everything sounded muddled or like muddy,
Oh, okay.
too bassy. And so then switching to Bluetooth, it sounds way better. But when I connected the CD player, it just didn't sound good.
Oh, okay.
So so the CD player coming out through the Fozy and these Sonys, this sounds really good.
Cool.
There's a huge
Yeah,
difference
you got it figured out.
for right now. I mean,
Yeah.
I would think something like um, oh man, but they're expensive. One of those old school entertainment centers, right? The that has everything built in.
Oh yeah, those are cool.
It has
Where
what
you, yeah, for everything,
yeah,
record
yeah,
player,
yeah.
yeah,
The CD player that we have, I mean, it's got a tape player too. It's got everything that we need.
yeah,
So we're
yeah.
not
I was
like
gonna say you got to have a tape player too. So I
yeah,
guess you have that.
yeah,
Okay, cool. So it's a tape CD combo. Yeah,
yeah, yeah. I
perfect.
think we bought. I think it's Best Buy's house brand.
Oh, okay,
Um, yeah. What's the
cool.
name? Let me see.
Because I still play tapes all the time.
Yeah,
I know it's maybe not as much, but I still like to play tapes sometimes. So
yeah, and they
yeah,
sound good.
yeah, they really do. I mean, modern tapes,
Yeah.
they do not sound the way that people remember them in the 80s and 90s.
No.
Yeah. So
Um,
you'd be surprised if you've not heard a tape, for a long time. You'd be surprised.
yeah,
I bet you could play them for people, they would never guess that it was a tape.
right. And actually, I mean, there's been some that are old, but they still sound good anyways,
Yeah, if they've been
you
taken
know?
care of.
Right.
People always talk about how bad tapes sound, but it's like you're thinking about the tapes your dad had when you were a kid that he just threw in his car and they'd sit out there all the time. They lived in his car,
Yeah, they got
in
rot.
90-degree heat and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Hmm.
And yeah, of course they sounded bad.
Yeah. Most of the stuff too that I've acquired has been through thrift stores, or I mean, some record stores, of course, online.
Yeah,
Um,
about the same for me.
yeah,
Yeah,
but I'm gonna start. I only have a few tapes that I got recently.
cool.
This is at a flea market, and there's some ZZ Top tapes. I got
Texas.
uh-huh. Yeah,
I feel like if
Tejas.
you live in Texas, you have to have those.
Yeah, got Tejas, which
Hell yeah.
they're all in really good condition.
Those are cool pressings too.
Yeah,
Like those are
Big
probably the
Wayo.
first pressings.
Yeah, and then I got this one I had not heard yet. Recycler.
I've heard Recycler. I like it personally.
I like anything. Well, this got to be 80s, right?
Yep.
I
There's some synths in there and stuff.
Yeah,
I think it works. I think it's cool.
they were pretty chunky,
Yeah.
like kind of heavy during the 80s.
Yeah.
Because I bought was it Eliminator?
Eliminator,
I
yeah.
have that one on vinyl, dude. That one sounds great.
That's a classic.
Yeah,
You know, it's funny, because I don't know if you listened to the most recent Radical Research with John Hamm from Agalock.
I haven't I haven't really heard any podcasts this past week or so. So no, I have not heard
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, well, there's a pretty cool story where John Hamm talks about. He said he's always liked ZZ Top, but he said he went to Texas one time and he listened to ZZ Top with some friends while he was in Texas, and he said it
Yeah.
made so much more sense to him
That's
since
fucking funny, dude.
yeah, he said it was like the best that it had ever sounded, and he was already a fan, you
Yeah.
know?
That's great. That's cool.
Yeah,
That's
I
cool.
know.
That makes sense.
Yeah, yeah. ZZ Top to me are one of those bands like they're more than meets the eye, you know? They're
hmm
more than like they're more than what they even sound like. Like they're, you
Yeah.
know,
Because
yeah.
they have a lot of shades to them, right?
Yes.
They're kind of bluesy.
Yeah.
They kind of have that punk. Like
Yeah.
I heard it on the
Totally.
X, like something a song like that. Like there's a
Yeah.
lot of
Yeah.
influence. I mean, you could tell that they influenced a lot of people too.
Totally. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you listen to some of their music, it sounds so simple, but it's sometimes it's more complex, you know, it's
hmm
more complex than it's not just three chord music, you know?
For it being three people as well, for three band
Yeah, three
members.
guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, those guys seem pretty cool too. I love watching like interviews with Billy and
hmm
stuff. Like
Yeah.
I saw him on an interview, I think it was like last year, and the guy's like the interviewer's like, "Man, I mean, you never really changed your sound, have you, over the years?" And Billy's like, "Nope, same three chords." I mean,
And it's totally different too. And it's not
yeah,
even the same. That's so funny.
yeah. Doesn't get more punk than that, but
Right?
all right. So you want me to, those are all your tapes?
Yes, of recent, because I have more, but I bought them like sometime last year.
So you're not showing them today?
No,
Okay. I'll go through my little tape stack then.
go for it.
Um, So this first one, some pretty cool ones here, actually. This is a cool stack. So this one, a band that I'd never heard of called Diabolic Possession. Oh, sorry, camera's over here. Diabolic Possession, pretty much an unknown band of like from Nebraska or something.
Yeah.
And it's a funny story. This is from like 93 too.
Oh,
Death
wow.
metal. So my buddy David that runs Doomed to Obscurity Records contacted this band and you know he wanted to reissue some of their old demos and stuff, and they're like, yeah, sure. And they're like, hey, while you're at it, we have like this box of old tapes that we made back then, and we you know we couldn't sell them, so if you
Yeah.
want those, they're all still sealed and everything.
What?
Yeah, it was pretty cool. So death
Damn.
metal from 93 still sealed, you know.
That's cool.
Yeah, they're like, you could just have them. They're like, we obviously are not going to sell them. Nobody wanted them back then. So
Fuck
you
it.
can have them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool. Um, Another one that I had been waiting on this for a while. So Necromantic Worship. It's real dark. You're probably not going to see this well. Black metal out of the Netherlands. Actually, a good buddy of mine. This is put out through Nuclear War now,
Okay.
and so he had split his project up for a while and made a comeback. So got a new album coming soon. It's just old style Greek sounding black metal,
Oh, cool.
Rotting Christ,
Yeah.
Necromantia, and probably some of my favorite black metal, honestly, of the last at least 10 years. So
Wow. Okay.
it's really good stuff.
Yeah.
I don't mean just this. This is a promo, by the way. This is a 2025 promo, but his previous two demos, just some of my favorite stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
Not much to talk about here. This is just the second Asia album, Alpha.
Ooh,
I just bought it because it was there.
how much
I
you get that
love
one for?
Asia. Probably like a buck, you know?
Shit,
Yeah.
that's a
Yeah, it was
steal.
just yeah, yeah. I mean I have this like on CD and vinyl.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'll grab that. Not my favorite Asia album, but it's good, you know.
yeah. It's Asia. It's good.
Yeah, yeah. Um, this was a cool find right here. This is it's not a great album, but it's so this band is called Faithful Breath. Um, an old German heavy metal band. But what's cool about this is it was put out on the Mausoleum label, which is just a really cool label. So this came out back in like I don't even know, like 85 or something.
Oh
80.
wow. Okay,
Yeah.
that cover art looks good.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. What's funny about this band though is like I don't think they were that good of a metal band, but they actually started out as a prog band and they had a
Okay.
prog album in like the 70s. It is actually pretty good.
What?
Yeah, like 74 or something.
Yeah.
And then they I think they broke up for a while or something like that. And
Mhm.
they came back and they were a heavy metal band. It's okay. It's it's okay. But I think they were better at prog actually.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Um Never liked the name of this band here, but it's a I probably just don't understand the name, but I know one of the guys in the band. I used to talk to him, really cool guy. So this band is called Drug Honky. Uh, album is called Cloak of Skies.
Shit.
Um, this is just some really messed up sounding like experimental doom metal, I guess you
Okay.
could call it. It's
Yeah.
just take like Godflesh and add
Yeah.
maybe some other weird stuff. It's just noisy and abrasive and ugly and just nasty sounding. This the guy, the vocalist in this band, Paul, he's in some other cool bands too.
Yeah.
Uh, which I can't remember the names. But cool guy, and yeah, a crazy band, Drug Honky. I would actually recommend it for people into like that kind of stuff.
When did that come out?
Oh yeah, sorry, this came out 2017.
Mm.
And what's funny about this pressing, this is the tape pressing, obviously, but this was
Hmm.
put out by you might remember hearing something about this, Ascension Monument Media, which was Blake Judd from
Mm.
Knock Mystium.
Hmm.
You remember the controversy with that guy, I'm sure.
Um, it sounds familiar. What did he do or what happened with?
He was the guy that like he became like a heroin addict and he like ripped off a bunch of labels. Do you remember that? Like Nuclear War Now and I think Hell's Headbangers.
Oh yeah.
He was the guy that would be like, "Yeah, I'll send you some stuff, just
That's right.
PayPal me or whatever," and then he would
Yeah.
never send him the stuff.
Yeah, that's
So
right.
he ripped off a bunch of people, but
Yeah.
so he came back after like 10, not 10 years, maybe 5 years, and then started a record label and put out some decent stuff. But then he was just kind of back to his old tricks, like doing shady shit and repressing things without asking people.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, come on. Like,
What
if
an
you're going to
asshole.
rebuild your life, you got to do it right. You
Right.
can't still be doing shit like that.
People are gonna notice.
Oh yeah, no, he's pretty much been ostracized from the metal community. He'll never be allowed back in, at least with like full trust, you know.
Right.
All right, got a couple more.
Go for it.
Sacrilege BC. This is an
Mm.
old thrash metal band from the another cool record label that doesn't exist anymore called Medusa.
Yeah. Oh, I've heard. I think I might have heard that.
Yeah, they put out some cool stuff back in the 80s. This band is just a lot of fun. Sacrilege BC. I mean, they're just thrash metal, but they were like on the not serious side of thrash
Mm.
metal. You know, we're talking about skateboarding and like
Pizza,
talking
almost.
about funny stuff. Like
Yeah.
one of the songs is called "Party with God." You know, like it's just it's more fun thrash metal.
Yeah.
Um, Making fun of religion and stuff, just being snarky thrash metal,
Right.
but it's pretty good. Um,
That's funny.
Rotting Christ, Chronos.
Oh, nice.
Um, I like this album. This is from kind of a transitional period of Rotting Christ, 2006.
Yeah.
Um,
Early. Yeah.
I never really listened to this one a whole ton, so I thought it'd be cool to revisit it. It's kind of in that, the more melodic Rotting Christ, but I think it's still pretty good. And I
I
think
kind of like that.
these next two, I think you will like. I
Okay.
bet this is a band that you like. Do you ever listen to Omen?
Oh yeah, I like that album.
Yeah, Omen
Yeah,
Nightmares
yeah.
EP. This is so good. Um, what's this? 1980, 87?
I think 80, yeah,
1987.
something like that.
Yeah. Um, so good. This EP is awesome. Some of the songs I think appear on one of their albums, but there's I think one or two that are exclusive, and it's just yeah, it's just so good. Maybe some of the most underrated heavy metal ever, you know?
US, right?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like musically, yeah, they were definitely drawing from Iron Maiden, like real strongly, but they still had it like a lot of their own ideas. They had a great singer, like
Hmm.
JD Kimball, I think one of the best singers in metal, and like just great epic heavy metal.
Oh
So
yeah.
good,
Oh yeah.
so good. I need more of their stuff actually. I don't have that much, but
I think I'm looking for the one that's I think is there a snake on it? I think
yeah, yeah, like the
that's
Cobra.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
the one that I'm like looking for.
I think that's their second album. I think it's called Warning of Danger, I think.
Okay.
If I'm right, that's my favorite of their stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's so good. So good. Um, maybe one of the best metal albums ever. I mean, when you think about it.
Dude, I mean, and what that's still 80s, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that one was that might have been like 85 or 86, 86 maybe. Um, Omen were a weird band for sure. They had the reason why they're not considered one of the best bands is because they just had such a rocky history,
Hmm.
unfortunately. So like I have this album here, another Omen. This is 88. This is called Escape to Nowhere. I mean, look at that cover.
Yeah.
Not this is not a great album, but it's kind of fun because it looks like the cover, or I mean, it sounds like the cover.
Oh, no way. Okay.
So it's a little more like sleazy
Sleazy.
sounding and
Yeah.
like uh JD Kimball, their awesome singer had left already. And so they got a new singer who's not bad, but it's just they just were one of those bands that they had just cut too rocky of a history.
Yeah.
And that's why they aren't up there with like Sabotage and stuff. Because they would be, but they just couldn't keep their shit
Yeah.
together, long enough to yeah.
That's
But I
unfortunate.
still
That's
bought the tape because it's cool to have.
of course.
Yeah. So that's
That's
it for the
cool.
tapes. Yeah.
You have some vinyl, right?
Yeah, I have quite a bit of vinyl. I probably have
Okay.
at least probably 20. So I'll probably go through some of them I'll probably go through a little quicker, so
Okay.
not
Let
dragging it
me
out.
do the some of the CDs that I've gotten
Cool.
and a couple of DVDs. So,
Sweet.
one of my buddies had always talked about um well, his name's Manny. He had always talked about Pink Floyd is the shit and they're the best and
I like them.
I never really gave him much thought, you know?
Yeah.
So, out thrifting, I was able to find the
Echoes. Yeah.
Echoes um so two disc.
Yeah,
So
that's a good place to start.
yeah, that's what I was thinking is it was like what, $1.99.
Yeah.
I figured that's a great place, like you said, great place to start. And
And if
then
you like that, start maybe with like if you're gonna buy an album,
yeah.
maybe get like Wish You Were Here. That's one of probably my favorite Pink Floyd
Is
album.
that the
It's
one where the dude's on fire or something?
Yeah. It's
Okay.
just like flawless from start to back. It's only like 35 minutes because the
Oh,
albums
okay.
back then were kind of short, maybe
Yeah.
it's 40. But yeah, it's a masterpiece for
Okay.
sure. Yeah.
Then I got some 80s with Erasure,
Oh, cool. I forgot about Erasure.
which this is actually I think 89.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, Erasure, anything 80s I'm a sucker for, so this
Me
kind of
too.
shit is cool.
I am too. Yeah.
Then I got the one that we had talked about. I found it. Superior.
Damn. I can't believe you found that. That's got to be rare.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, this is a the Japanese
Oh yeah. Shit.
Japanese
Oh
one.
man. That's awesome.
It's in the CD player right now because I fucking have a ZZ Top on in there. but I was listening to it on the CD, so it's in the CD player.
Well,
But
because
yeah,
I feel like those Japanese pressings usually go for a little bit more money than the American ones do.
yeah, I bought it for 10.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and
That's a well spent $10.
oh yeah, dude, and it sounds awesome. It's just
Yeah.
it's like Dream Theater and Symphony X,
Yeah.
Watchtower maybe, like
Yeah.
just like a whole mix.
Yeah, I couldn't believe I didn't I always figured that that would be one of those albums that you just couldn't find. So I never even bothered to look for
Yeah,
it.
I went on Discogs. I found it on Discogs.
Hmm. Yeah, that's awesome.
Then, of course, probably the first album that I had heard from Devin that got me 100% on board with him and everything that he was doing.
Yeah.
So Accelerated Evolution.
Yeah, I knew you liked that album.
Yeah. And it's a great place for you to start.
It is. Yeah.
Um, Not a fan of the way the CD looks itself,
Oh wow.
but
It's kind of cool. I kind of like it
it's
actually.
all right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is also, I think, a Japanese pressing as well.
Oh wow.
So
Cool.
super cool.
That's I guess that's probably not surprising because I know that Devin for a long time now has been really big in Japan.
It's true.
Yeah, and
That
like
is true.
early on in his solo career, like he was bigger in Japan than he was here.
I think, in fact, he might have done an instructional video on how to play guitar,
Oh,
and
okay.
he might have released it in Japan as well.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Yeah.
Um,
Wow.
so we'll go with a couple of releases. Most of these I'll talk about some of these again on yours channel, but
Okay. Yeah.
I couldn't give this one up. It was $2.
Oh, sweet.
So this is the essential episodes, right? I think there's, let's see, one, two, three, four, five.
Yeah, I love those old episodes. They hold up
Yeah,
so well.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's like
Damn.
17 episodes on 2 discs,
Hell yeah, I'd
and
buy that too.
it's got that fucking bummer episode with is it Burgess Meredith or what's his name?
Burgess Meredith, yeah.
Yeah, the library one.
Yeah.
Uh, Fucking depressing.
Yeah.
But
Some of them are
yeah,
really depressing.
good one though. I'm not sure if it has the one I really like about the phone call, where the phone line gets caught on the her husband's gravestone. Have you seen that one?
Oh yeah, yeah.
I'm not sure of it.
I kind of started rewatching that show like a couple
Yeah.
years ago,
Oh, okay.
but then
Yeah,
I didn't yeah, I didn't watch them all yet.
that one's great. That one's sad too.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
So,
then I got my one of my favorite movies of all time,
yeah.
Time
I remember
Bandits.
watching that back in the day.
Yeah, same dude, as a kid. Uh, Outstanding cast: John Cleese and
John
Shelley
Cleese.
Duvall, Sean Connery, Michael Palin. A lot of the Monty Python guys.
Yes, yeah.
Again, this one was like $2, $3, 3.99. So two ninety
That's
nine.
actually one I've wanted to rewatch for a long
Yeah.
time too. Yeah.
Then for Christmas time, I was able to find this one also at the thrift store. Uh,
Oh yeah. Classic.
Trans-Siberian Orchestra. I have not
Yeah.
seen this one, so it's gonna be fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Uh,
Have you ever seen them live?
no, dude, I've always
I haven't
wanted to.
either. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's got a lot of cool hits, you know.
Yeah. That'd be fun to watch around Christmas time, you know,
Right.
and
Yeah.
yeah.
And then because I bought the Pink Floyd one, this just happened to be at I was able to find this one.
Cool. I've seen that one around a lot. I think that's
Yeah.
considered like a classic performance.
I think it's this is David Gilmour live at the Royal Albert Hall. If you guys are listening, sorry, I forgot to mention. This is a 2 disc special edition, and it's got 23 songs. That's crazy, dude. And then it has a couple of Pink Floyd ones that he goes, but I'm not sure if this is all just his solo stuff.
Yeah.
Um, so that's really cool.
It's probably it might be some of both. Yeah, it's probably yeah.
Mixed, maybe.
Might have a little bit of both.
Yeah.
He does have a decent amount of solo stuff. Um But I think when guys like that play live, I think they almost have to play some songs from their popular band just to actually bring people in.
It's
Be like,
mandatory.
yeah, they probably don't want to play them, like that,
Yeah.
they want to play their new stuff. And
I
yeah.
mean, undoubtedly someone's gonna fucking scream that shit out.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. By the way, yeah, when going forward, I'll be sure to mention all the dates and stuff because I forgot that I forgot that some people will be listening and not watching.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, we'll just say the name of the album
Yeah, they
and
can they can look it up or whatever.
the band. Yeah, that's fine.
But I'll
Um,
just be I'll just be sure to be more clear on the description.
sure. Do you want to start with your some of your, so I want to just say some of mine is super mixed. So
Yeah, me too. And I
I
didn't, yeah, my this stack of vinyl, I didn't organize it or anything, so yeah.
I put it in such a way of like oldest to recent.
Oh, that's cool.
That's how I'm going by it. So
Okay.
the order isn't really in order by genre, it's just by the time.
Yeah. I was gonna do genre, but I just was like, nah, I'm just gonna leave it. It'll be like going through a stack of records at a thrift store or something.
There you go. There you go.
Just flipping through, Only
Yeah.
it'll be good music instead of, you know,
It's
Mormon Tabernacle Choir
fucking
1963.
dude, it's usually what like Christian
Yeah.
like yeah, it's always weird
That's
stuff.
that stuff must have sold so much back then
It
because
did, right?
you see it just everywhere you go, you see those records.
Yeah. It's that and fucking like Herb Alpert,
Herb,
uh,
yeah,
right?
stuff
And
like
the
that.
Tijuana Brass, like it's that I've
Yeah.
noticed. So it's pretty
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah. It's stuff that's like probably will be sitting in that thrift store forever. They might just have to throw it away eventually because like no one's ever
Unfortunately,
going to buy that.
I thought of I've bought a few, not of those, but like just random like
Yeah.
classical
Yeah.
orchestral type stuff just to have because um just to have something there, just to have it, maybe I could
Yeah.
spin it and see how it sounds because I have one
Yeah.
that's in pristine condition actually. So
Yeah. I mean, classical music is cool.
yeah. Oh yeah. Do you want to go first?
Sure. Maybe I'll just do these. I have a VHS tape and I have like
Oh
three
yeah.
7-inch records. So I'll
Go for
just
it. Yeah.
do those. So the first one, this one's awesome. A lot of people are probably familiar with this. It's kind of famous at this point, but the Cannibal Corpse Monolith of Death,
Oh shit. Okay.
uh,
Oh
the tour 96 97. So that's
yeah.
like, um,
Is that
let's see,
Japan
when did,
or
that's a good question. I can't remember because I have seen this. Oh, it's in Poland.
Poland? But that's still
Yeah.
with Chris Barnes, isn't it? Or is that already with
This is Corpse Grinder. I think this might be the first tour after he
Vile,
joined.
I think?
Yeah, 'cause I think this is the Vile tour because
Okay.
I've seen this before,
Yeah.
and I can even just tell by looking at the the image on the front. I'm pretty sure this is the Vile tour,
Okay.
but I could be wrong.
If it's 96, then it's definitely Vile.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
right. Yeah,
Yeah.
because that's yeah. It's the Vile tour. It's a great. I'm pretty sure it's on YouTube for free. I would imagine
Probably.
it's
But
a
that's cool
great
though, man.
performance. It's so heavy and it's
Yeah.
like that's like in my opinion that's kind of when Alex Webster really started to come out and just start like being more prominent.
Sure. Yeah. Or
It's
or
a really good
Proggy
it's a really good
even
show.
with his
Yeah,
bass. I mean, who was
yeah.
I could never pronounce the drummer's name.
Paul Mazurkowitz.
There you go.
I'm
Dude's a
not even sure I'm saying that right.
I'm sure you are, but he's a
Okay.
fucking beast, man.
I think he's kind of underrated drummer. A lot
Yeah.
of people talk about him being like, he's just kind of an average out of all the death metal drummers. I think he's great.
Fuck no, yeah, he's great. And not only that, I feel like he could probably kill you with his drumsticks. Just
Yeah,
like the way it sounds, because it sounds so
yeah,
like he hits hard.
yeah. He does, and he's tight, and like
Hmm.
he might not be like the most technical or playing the most fills. That's just not his style. Like,
Right.
but he has a style.
Yeah.
I think he's pretty recognizable, and I don't know. I have a buddy who's a drummer, and he's like, yeah, people that say he's not a good drummer, they're just wrong.
They're not drummers.
No, no, exactly. And I'm
Yeah.
not either, but at least I can tell that he's I would never call him bad.
Right.
This next one, this thing is really cool. You're gonna like this.
Okay.
I'll pull it out here. So I've never owned a flexi disc before. I'm sure you know what
Oh yeah, I
flexis
have
are.
one. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
This one is from Fate's Warning No Exit.
No shit.
Yeah. So I mean, I'll never play this, obviously, but it's
That's
just cool
rad.
to have. I mean, Fate's
Yeah.
Warning, one of my favorite bands of all time.
How
And I
cool.
think this
Yeah.
album is very underrated.
Damn,
You
that's
know,
cool.
no one ever talks about this album. Everyone
No,
loves Fate's Warning, but nobody talks about this album,
I agree.
and it's really good. Yeah, it's just one song. It's got Anarchy Divine, which is a cool song, but yeah, no, I just had to buy that because
That's cool.
it's awesome.
Do you remember how much you paid for that?
Not much. It was a couple bucks. Yeah. So I was like, oh yeah, snagging that.
Where is that?
Oh yeah, it's a record store. I don't know if I'd call it local. It's about 45 minutes away. It's in a different town, in a different state, technically.
Goddamn.
But yeah, local store. It's been around since like the 70s or 80s. And it's run by an old dude, and he doesn't listen to metal, but he'll sell it if
That's
someone brings
cool.
it in, you know.
Yeah.
And at that same, actually, all three of these 7 inches I got there. So this was a good day when I was there.
Yeah.
I got this 7 inch Nunslaughter. Oops, sorry, I keep
Ooh.
forgetting where the camera is. This is taken from one of their early demos. My
That's cool.
first or second demo, Face of Evil.
Yeah.
Um, this is really nice. Put out by Health Headbangers. That's the backside.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I don't know if I have not listened to this. I've heard
Yeah.
most Nunslaughter stuff. I can't remember if this is back when they were kind of because they started out kind of playing like almost more black metal, their like
Right.
first demo or two, and I can't remember if this is part of that,
Um,
but
are
it might be.
those good quality since it's like picture?
Yeah, actually, modern picture discs actually sound pretty good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they've came a lot. Picture discs, kind of like tapes, they've came a long ways.
Okay.
Yeah, they sound pretty good now. So yeah, this is I love Nunslaughter, so this is really cool to have. So this I think originally this demo came out in 95.
Hmm.
So this might yeah, I can't remember if it's their first demo, but yeah, very cool to have.
That is
And
cool.
then masterpiece that is never thought I would really find this just kind of I mean it's not like an original pressing, but the Emperor EP, I think
Hmm.
they're the second EP Reverence.
Yeah. Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, like I said, this is not like an original pressing. Don't get me wrong. This is the 2019, but still, this is. I think this came out in '96 originally.
Yeah.
It's just two songs, but it's a masterpiece. It's got the Loss and Curse of Reverence, which was on
Good shit.
their second album, and then In Longing Spirit. I can't remember if that was on their second album, but I think these are, if I remember correctly, these are different they're on that album, but these are different versions of those songs. I'm pretty sure they don't sound exactly the same.
So they're like demo versions almost.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and a lot of people would actually say they prefer these versions.
Oh
So,
wow. Okay. I gotta check
yeah,
that out.
and this is cool. I didn't know this. The original front cover design, so as you see there,
Yeah.
was designed by Stephen O'Malley from
Ah,
that band Sun.
Sun. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. So
That's
I
cool.
didn't know he was friends with them going back that
I
to the 90s.
yeah. I didn't
Pretty
even
cool.
know that he was involved, right?
Yeah,
That's
they
cool.
must have just been friends. Yeah.
Yeah.
So aside from that, I just have a huge, pretty big stack of vinyl now.
Okay.
Yeah. How much vinyl do you have?
Now, because I was thinking about it, I brought up a few more.
Okay.
So probably around the same, under 20 maybe.
Oh, cool. So
Yeah.
we're not too far off.
No. I'll start with uh being it's not even metal,
Yeah.
but
No, I have some non-metal stuff here.
I
Tons of it
had
actually.
I had to own this though. This one, hold on. Let me just make space over here on the side.
I think I'm pretty much metal and prog. I think that's what I got. And fusion, maybe some fusion stuff.
So this one is some good old yacht rock.
Hell yeah. Oh, Christopher Cross. Dude, Christopher Cross is great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There is some moments where it reminds me of Fleetwood Mac.
Yeah. I can
There's
see
just
that.
some moments, and I have everything, and But yeah, this is actually really fun to listen to.
Yeah.
Uh,
I mean, as a songwriter, he's
yeah,
fucking on top, like top
yeah.
notch songwriter, you know?
And the solo on, is it Writing?
Riding on the Wind, or is
Dude,
that what it's called? That's a
yeah.
great song. That song is so good.
The fucking solo on that is amazing.
What about
Yeah.
when Saxon covers it? I think they
Oh, no
killed
way.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, have you heard that? The
No,
Saxon cover?
no, it's
Yeah,
cool.
it's awesome. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, Saxon covering Riding on the Wind is just it's they didn't change it. They didn't like super heavy it up either. They
Yeah.
just kind of played it maybe slightly heavier. It's a
Yeah.
great cover. Yeah.
Judas Priest has a song that's the same, no? But it's not even the same song, right? It's just their own.
Yeah, it just has a similar name.
Mm.
Riding on. Yeah. From a, what
Yeah.
what's it called? Um what's that album?
Screaming
The
for
one
Vengeance, maybe? I'm not sure.
it's either Screaming for Vengeance or it's the one I always forget the name of it. The ones with the heads are gonna roll and the Sentinel and stuff with the big tank on the cover. The uh the big transformer tank thing.
Um, oh man, that's definitely
Some heads are gonna roll.
that's like 80s, no? Or no, no,
Yeah,
no,
it's like
no.
80, it's like 84. Yeah.
Ah, I know which one you're talking about.
I love that album too. I don't know
Yeah,
why I'm forgetting the name,
yeah.
but everyone knows what it is.
It's not Turbo,
Anyone
is it?
listening right now, they're screaming at us. Right?
Yeah, the fuck yeah. I'm like,
What are you idiots?
sorry.
All right, so my show will be. I haven't listened to this yet, but over the last mm, 5 years or so, I've been getting into Mahavishnu Orchestra.
Oh, okay, cool.
So this is their live album, or at least one of them,
Yeah,
Between Nothingness and Eternity.
that's cool.
Doesn't get more like 70s looking than that cover.
Oh
It's
no.
awesome. It's awesome
Yeah,
though. It's there's the back.
that's
So I
cool.
have not listened to it yet, but this band, oh, they're awesome. Mahavishnu Orchestra. So 72 is when this came out. So they were like a jazz fusion band.
Right.
Um, at this point, they're like a super group because you had like so John McLaughlin is many people consider him one of the best guitar players of all time. He plays guitar here. Jan Hammer went on to do a bunch of famous soundtracks and stuff. He plays keyboards and stuff. Billy Cobham on drums, one of the best drummers of all time. So yeah, haven't listened to it yet, but this band is just so killer.
That's
Um,
awesome.
yeah, yeah. Just if you like prog, I don't know a whole ton about jazz fusion, but like if you like prog, you could easily get into that band because
Okay.
yeah, prog adjacent sounding stuff to me.
Yeah, I could do that.
Yeah, no, I think you easily could get into that band.
Yeah. So a lot of these records that I had bought, I made it a point for most of them, not all of them, to get stuff that I really it made an impact on me, especially in my youth or whatever when I was younger.
Yeah.
So this one was
Are
the
you having like a renaissance, would you say? Like kind of like revisiting that early stuff from your childhood
I would say
or
so.
teen years? Yeah.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah,
done
for
that
sure.
myself a couple of times.
Yeah, because I feel like just sentimental value or I don't know. I don't know
Hmm.
what it is.
Yeah.
Fucking I always say fucking midlife crisis, but uh
Maybe. Yeah, maybe part of it.
this is my
Not in a bad way though.
I'm on a Marth,
Hell yeah.
one cent from the Golden Hall. Love this one. It's uh
Ooh, that's nice.
smoky gray, I believe, is what they said.
Honestly, like I hate to be that guy, but I think that might be my favorite album of theirs.
It's the first two are my favorite.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, but this one had such a different, darker tone
Yeah.
to it. There was almost a black metal vibe to it, and
Totally. Yeah. No,
that's
you're
why I
right.
liked it the most. And there were the melodies are
Yeah.
fucking killer in that album.
Hmm. Yeah, no, it's funny you say that because I've never heard a lot of people bring that up, but I hear a little black metal in there too, and
Yeah,
the demo stuff they did before that.
mm,
Yeah,
yeah.
which are pretty good. I don't know if you ever checked their demos out. They're not bad.
Um, just I think I'd heard I don't know if it was Versus the World or one of those albums that had a bonus disc
Oh yeah, the bonus disc. Yeah,
that had like
yeah.
um
I had
that had
that too.
Victoria's March like in German, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I had that too. That was actually the first time I'd ever heard their demo stuff because they had the there was the bonus disc and
Right.
yeah, but I've since then I've went back and re-listened to it like online and stuff. I'm like, oh, these demos are awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, good demos.
I'll have to check it out because I've
Yeah.
been disappointed with the last several releases, I'd say.
Yeah. Yeah. Kind of hit and miss for me. Yeah, the last few.
Which is
Some good
interesting
songs.
too because they're going to be touring with Pantera this fall.
That'd be
Uh,
cool.
so so I'm gonna check that out. Hopefully, if we have if we can get the tickets. If not, because they're
Yeah.
kind of pricey.
Yeah, I bet they would be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw Monomarth when they opened for Ghost like a year ago. It was cool.
Mm,
It was
that's
fun.
cool.
Yeah.
Did they have
Yeah.
like the whole Viking ship, everything,
Yep.
or?
Yeah,
Oh,
they
that's
did.
cool.
Yeah, they had a pretty elaborate set and
Yeah.
watching their stage crew like put it up and disassemble it really quickly and stuff was pretty cool
That's awesome.
because they had to work fast because to change between not songs but like
Yeah.
they changed their stage set a couple of times throughout the show and they had to be able to do it real quick and it was cool.
Yeah. Be
Yeah,
cool
good
to do like
show.
a time lapse.
Yeah, a lot of work on those crew members ends to make all that shit happen
Man, those
every
fuckers
night.
deserve. They need to get paid, man. I don't know if they
Yeah,
do, but I hope,
yeah,
hopefully.
they deserve it. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So you were showing some 80s stuff.
hmm
I forgot I had this. This is the only thing like this I'll be showing, but this is a band I like, Missing Persons,
Oh, cool.
Rhyme and Reason. This is like their second or third album,
Yeah.
1984. Um, I don't listen to maybe a lot of stuff like this, but I do. I always just thought this band was awesome, and probably mostly because I'm a big fan of Terry Bozzio,
Yeah.
who's the drummer in this band. His wife is the singer. She's on the cover and everything. She was Playboy model back in the day, and um, yeah, hard to describe band for me, but like I don't know. I guess it's new wave.
Right.
Uh, but Terry Bozzio is just one of the best drummers of all time. He's like a famous session drummer. He's
Oh,
played
I didn't
prog
know that. Okay.
stuff, and yeah, I I think he's one of the best drummers ever, and I just love listening to him play. He
Yeah.
he plays on the Steve Vai album, the one that Devin is on, the Vai. I should call it
Um,
the Vai album because it's Vai, not Steve Vai.
right. As it Sex and Religion, I think?
Sex and Religion,
Yeah.
yeah. Terry Bozzio's on that,
Oh
so
shit. That's pretty good then. Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah,
awesome.
yeah. Love that band. I actually have not heard this album. I've only heard their first album, so
Yeah.
I assume it's good.
Actually, let me do an impromptu uh speaking of 80s, I'm proud of this one. Give me 1 second.
Sure.
All right. So I had gone to a I guess a record store out in about an hour out from here in Las Cruces. So I was able to find this one.
Oh, okay.
Big Country,
I never heard it.
The
I know the
Crossing.
name though.
Oh, dude. Yeah. And it's so weird to see uh someone's like name.
Yeah, people used to do that back in the
Yeah.
day. Remember
Yeah.
that? Like 70s, 80s, even in the 90s, people did it.
Yeah. So this is Brooke Barban, Barbian. So it's mine now, but I mean,
Yeah.
that's pretty cool though. Like, yeah, this is super 80s. I think there's like violins in here.
Really?
But if
Is
you
it like
like,
pop? Is it like pop or like new
it's
wave or
it's if you like, um, geez, I don't know how to explain it.
yes, some stuff's hard to
It's
explain.
it's new wave rock. Um, I mean, I guess it would be considered pop, but not really.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of
Uh,
stuff in the 80s could fall under the pop tag, but
yeah,
it's something else too.
yeah, it's super
Yeah.
catchy, and I know that they're gonna release a new album. They're gonna
Wow.
tour in the States.
Wow.
I don't think they're from the US though.
Oh, okay.
Um, but super amazing, especially if you just, I feel like the song itself in a big country is,
I'll have to check it out.
oh yeah, you'll dig it.
Cool. Yeah, like you said, I'm a sucker for 80s stuff
Hmm.
too. It's just so it's just nostalgic, I guess.
And it has a certain sound that,
Yeah.
like how we were saying, a lot of it is you can't really describe it.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's what was cool about like a lot of 80s pop and stuff is it's like it was there's a lot of like yeah, maybe it was pop music, but it like had there's a lot of artistry going on there,
Hmm.
and I
Yeah.
appreciate that. All right. Next one for me. Don't know if you've heard this band, but it's been a while since I've listened, but killer stuff. This band is called Lichgate,
I don't think I've
and
heard them before.
Lichgate, they're kind of like a what's the word? Like an international band, I think, because I
Yeah,
think yeah, I'm pretty sure all the dudes in this band are they're all from different countries, but most notably would be I can't remember his last name is Greg. I think his name is Greg Chandler, and he's from that band Esoteric,
I think I've heard
which
them before. Yeah.
yeah, they're a British funeral doom band, real
Hmm.
probably the best of arguably the best of that genre. And he's
Yeah.
Greg Chandler is a brilliant musician. So you got him just going by names. I'm actually not familiar with the other guys, but I think that I
Hmm.
am. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
I think they're all dudes from other bands that I've heard. Like so this is like I guess you would call this as far as the sound, which would be another one that's kind of hard to tackle, but like death metal, doom, maybe
Yeah.
black metal, maybe some funeral doom stuff. And this, if I remember correctly, this is kind of even for this band, this is kind of experimental sounding. I remember this one sounding a little different than the ones that preceded it.
Hmm. Okay.
I hate when they don't put dates easily found. But anyways, the album is called An Antidote for the Glass Pill, so you can look that up and find the date. But
That's cool.
really interesting band, very deep and uh, not the easiest stuff to get into. And this came out on Blood Music, a really good Finnish like death metal kind of label. So
Yeah.
Lich Gate. For fans of like Funeral Doom and stuff like that. And I
Lichgate.
wouldn't even necessarily call it exactly Funeral Doom, but that's a place to start. Death Doom, you know,
Like a mix of all that.
but weird. But
Ah, okay.
weird and experimental and definitely there's nothing straightforward about this band.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this next one I'm gonna do, it's gonna be like two,
Cool.
2 for 1. So these were given to me by my wife. I don't know if it was for Christmas maybe, or just for the hell of it, or
Yeah.
for my birthday. I don't remember, but
They were gifts
they
anyways.
were gifts. Yeah. So it was
Ooh, ooh.
Opeth,
I'm already
Orchid.
seeing that.
Yeah,
Ooh, that's
Opeth,
that
Orchid.
looks good on vinyl.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Um, Still need to get the slip case for this, or like a cover.
yeah.
These were gold.
Oh, nice. I like
Yeah.
that.
And then the other one is Morning Rise.
Ooh, oh yeah. That's a great pair of albums right there.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, got them basically for $20 a pop,
That's a good
because
deal.
they were buy two, get one free at Target of all places.
You bought those at Target?
Online. Yeah.
Oh,
They
okay.
were online.
Okay.
And
Those are nice
this,
pressings.
yeah. And then these are like silver.
That would
Uh,
fit the cover better, the
yeah,
silver.
for sure. And the gold over there. Um,
Mhm.
yeah, there was, they had, Target had some sort of special. It was buy two, get one free. The third one would have been the And Justice for All from
Okay.
Metallica. And yeah, those were um, at the local record store. I found them for 51 each.
No shit.
So
That's a
yeah,
pricey. That's too much for
yeah,
me to spend on one record.
yeah. And I I remember one of my buddies, he had the Last Will and Testament
Oh,
from
cool.
Opeth, and he was like, "Oh, look, dude, this is a some sort of special edition. It was like 100 and something." And I was
Damn.
like, "No, thank you, dude.
No,
I'll buy it
sorry.
on CD."
Yeah. Which
But
I still haven't picked that up, but I'm going to. Maybe I'll go to, now that you say that, I might go
Yeah,
tomorrow and grab that, or maybe even today. I'll have time
it.
because I need that album.
I do too. I think it'd be perfect. I think I was talking about it with my friend Eric
Yeah,
that it would be perfect to have um, on vinyl
it would be.
because
It would be.
it's one of those albums that flows
Yeah.
really well. You just flip
Yep.
it and it's like perfect. So
Yeah.
yeah,
I have listened to it though, and it's awesome.
dude, it's great.
Yeah. So at least I've heard it.
My friend Diego was saying that it's that should have been the album to transition to
Yeah.
Heritage. You know,
It would have. That's a good point. Yeah.
yeah,
People would have. It would have been a lot smoother for people to get into.
it wouldn't
But
have been such a shock.
yeah, because they lost a lot of fans, I think, probably. But I've
Me,
always respected.
yeah,
I've always respected Opeth, though.
yeah,
I've always respected him for doing that because look at what a lot of bands do. They change their style and assuming they're doing it for the right reasons, which Opeth were, they're doing
okay,
because that's what they want. That's what Michael felt, So what I respect about them is they didn't just put out what was it called Heritage. They didn't put out Heritage and go, okay, sales were lower. Let's. What a lot of bands do is they
change,
just do a 360 or a 180 and they go right back to their old style, and then
yeah,
it's not genuine.
right,
Because then I get it. I get it. I totally. I'm not criticizing anyone. A lot of fans, we forget what it's like that we forget that they have bills to pay and
right,
stuff, and like we want them to do everything the way we want them to do it, but we don't
yeah.
think about them their well-being too.
Yeah, and I think that's important. I think it's also a matter of their way of processing maybe whatever they need to
Yeah.
process and releasing
Yeah.
music,
Yeah.
you know.
You're right.
So
It's so easy for people to be like, "Oh, sellouts,"
you're right.
Come
Yeah.
on. Let's not just jump to that conclusion so quickly.
Did you ever watch SLC Punk?
Yeah.
Right?
Really good movie.
Where the dad, he's like,
I didn't sell out, I bought
yeah,
in, right?
exactly. There it is. That's brilliant.
It is. No, it's a great movie.
I love
Great
it.
movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talk about depressing too.
Very depressing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Holy shit. Not a movie that you'll probably watch too many times, but it's worth watching.
Yeah. I think I do it every few years, every
Yeah.
so often.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good point. It is worth rewatching.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. All right. So this is next one's kind of funny because didn't sound like you knew a whole lot about the band, but some people do, and they might be like, you're an idiot for buying that. But first of all, I bought it used, and I do like this band's early stuff. So I was talking about Knock Mystium and
Mm,
Blake Judd being a shithead,
yeah.
and he is. But I did not I did not give him any money by buying this because I bought it used. So this is called Demise. It's one of his earlier albums, and I think it's fantastic.
That's cool.
Um, Came out in of course you're not going to give me a date. Why would you?
Yeah,
There we go.
some of them are really vague in the information, huh?
Yeah, I so it was recorded in 2003, so it probably came out around there, maybe 2004 or whatever.
Right.
Um, so yeah, Nocmistium, they were a great band, black metal band out of the U.S. Milwaukee, no, somewhere, some Chicago area.
Mm, yeah.
Um, Great, like just raw, kind of like very raw, simplistic, like early Dark Throne.
Mm.
Stuff like
Lo-fi.
that. Yeah, very lo-fi black metal. But I'll admit I was a fan. And when Blake did what he did, I was really disappointed in him, and I stopped paying attention to the band. But now that it's been all these years, if I see some of the old stuff out and I don't have it, I'll grab it.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. What what is the, let's say, reasoning maybe or even the idea when a lot of these black metal bands will release stuff but like in limited editions like 100, 200, 500? Is there like
Yeah.
a,
Or I've seen like 50. Yeah.
yeah, is there
Or
a
less.
is there a reason for that, or is there just like they don't
Honestly, they're really just doing it to be like kind of like a fuck you to like we don't we want to put our music out, but we don't want everyone to have it kind of a thing.
that makes sense.
A lot of times it is
Yeah.
that. For some bands, it's because they don't have the fan base yet and they don't want to be left with a bunch of copies. But
Hmm.
but what you're talking about is you're talking about like established bands that will do
Hmm.
that. Yeah,
Right.
they're pretty much doing that because it's just I don't know how to say it without being pretentious, but
It's
it's a cool thing to be like, I have this and you don't.
cult with a
Yeah.
V, you know.
Honestly, there's no really other way to put it.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that
It
makes
pretty
sense.
much is for that reason.
Yeah.
Which you got to say, there's something to be said about that, though, because there's something to be said about someone knowing that they can sell more, but they choose to make less. I mean,
Yeah.
that's the opposite of a sellout right there,
But I
right? I
think
mean,
also then that makes possibly some most of the time I would say the quality of music is better than I think because
yeah, it can be.
they're not focusing on
Yeah.
trying to
Mm-mm.
appeal to the masses.
Impress anybody. Yeah,
Right.
yeah. Yeah.
That's cool.
That's, yeah.
Good point.
It's a double-edged sword. It is
Oh
cool
yeah.
because it's like it's got that it's edgy, but it's like also it sucks when you want it and you can't get it, you
Yeah.
know?
Hmm.
And I've been there dozens, maybe hundreds of times where I'm like, I'll never have this. Thanks a lot, band.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, and
thanks
then
for making your music not able for me to, I can't get it. Thanks a lot. You could have
you'll
made
have
more
to YouTube or
copies.
something
Yeah.
or fucking buy bootleg or
Yeah,
eBay,
exactly.
you know.
Yeah. I've done all of those.
Yeah. So this next one is one of my favorites from
Oh
Sabotage.
man. Oh man.
Streets, a rock opera.
So good.
Yeah. This
Oh yeah.
was when did this one come out? Like 91?
I think 91. I think you're right. I actually have the cassette tape up here.
Okay. Hmm.
There's my tape.
Oh shit. How cool.
91. Yep.
Yeah. I think I like Gutter Ballet more,
Yeah.
but those two, the
They're a pair, right?
oh dude, fuck yeah. The combination
Yeah.
just like chunky ballads, you know,
Yeah.
it's heavy in a different way. It's like, heavy traditional heavy metal.
Yep.
This
But
was a
with their cool like operatic
oh
yeah.
John, dude.
Yeah.
I think this might have been like a German pressing. I'm not sure.
Oh, okay. See, when you
Yeah.
first showed that, I instantly was assuming that was because they've been reissuing all their records. So I
Yeah.
was assuming it was one of those new reissues.
I think it might be.
Okay.
I think because it's they
Because they
has a
just
little
reissued, I think they reissued their whole catalog on vinyl.
yeah. It could be.
Yeah. I
There's
don't know.
a
I haven't bought any of them yet, so I don't know what they look like or
yeah, yeah. It might have been a reissue. But
that's cool that you have that though.
this was a reissue, like a German pressing reissue or something
Oh,
like that.
okay.
Yeah, super cool. And this
Yeah.
is two records.
Oh shit. Cool.
Yeah. I like those. I like that sometimes, but I don't like it sometimes because it's
Yeah,
like
me too.
having to always kind of flip and stuff. So
Yep, yep. If they can fit it on one record, I prefer it to be on one. But if you
exactly.
can't fit it, then sure, whatever. But yeah,
Yeah.
cool. All right, so I got no surprises here. Just a great album, at least in my opinion. One of my favorites. Eh, sort of one. Yeah. Anyways, Rush, Grace Under Pressure. Um,
I don't even think I've
I'm so
heard
bad
that.
with release years. This is 84.
Yeah.
I think it's fantastic. This is just this is like so this is after moving pictures, moving pictures, they started to go in that direction. And so this is still very it's very keyboard heavy.
Yeah.
So a lot of people will actually say they don't like this era of Rush because it's too keyboard heavy, but I think it's great. It's not so much prog anymore. They're more like art rock,
Okay.
but it's still the songs are as good. Honestly, I mean, I think the songs here is in their own way, they're as good as anything that they've ever done. I
What's
just
the name of that album?
um uh Grace Under Pressure. It starts off even with Distant Early Warning, just like if any, and actually the first three songs just are just so good. I mean, I can't imagine someone playing those first three songs and not wanting to finish the album. Uh, the
I'll have
lyrics
I'll check that out for
incredible.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, you have to. You have to check it out. I mean, and read the lyrics to the song Red Sector A
Mhm.
because it's their lyrics about Geddy Lee's parents being um in World War in
The Holocaust?
the Holocaust basically. They lived, but they were there for it.
Yeah.
So it's about that. It's about like shit that Geddy Lee's mom and dad saw happen. So it's like
Fuck.
super dark lyrics
Yeah.
on that song.
Yeah.
But yeah, love
That's
that
cool.
album. Yeah. I'll admit I did not get into that. I mean, I'm a huge Rush fan, and I didn't get into that album until like the last maybe 10 or 13 years.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, shit, what was I thinking? Like it's a fantastic album.
Yeah.
Yeah. Love it. I'd probably a top probably top 5 or 6 Rush album for me.
Damn. What would be your number one?
Oh, Moving Pictures.
It's pretty fucking good.
It's my favorite album of all time, actually. All time favorite album, right there.
That's fucking cool. I
Yeah.
I think I think I lean towards 2112.
Nothing wrong with
Um
that.
yeah. That's a
You
really
can't
good
be
album. But
faulted.
Moving Pictures is
Yeah.
really good too though, man.
Yeah.
Like it sounds great. You know what I mean? Like you
Oh, yeah.
put it blast it and it sounds
Oh,
awesome.
yeah. The
Yeah.
production.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, it's a flawless production. It's just one of those albums where yeah, you could put it on. It doesn't even matter if you're listening to it on the best speakers necessarily
Crummy
because
ones, yeah.
yeah, it's so well produced.
Yeah.
It's gonna shine through
Yeah.
almost, most things that you have. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Love it.
So this next one is probably my favorite top three of all time of any record.
Shit.
And this would be the Gates of Ishtar,
Yep.
the Dawn of Flames
I knew
album.
you loved that album.
Yeah.
I gotta say those new album covers are so much better.
I like the old one with the naked chick on it and everything.
That's the
But
one I have. That's
yeah,
the one I have.
that's the one I have too on CD and the
Yeah,
t-shirt. But this is cool too.
it's
Uh,
good.
and it's got this really cool, what is it? Like a orange.
Like a burnt orange, maybe.
Yeah, like a burnt orange. Looks
Yeah,
fucking
like a dark
cool.
orange. Yeah.
Uh, again, one of my favorite albums of all time.
It's so good.
Yeah,
That's the only Gates of Ishtar I actually own. I mean, I like
yeah.
all of it, but I own so far. But yeah, I love it too. It's one of the best albums of its
Oh
kind.
no, yeah. What is this,
Yeah,
98, I think?
I can't remember.
A
Yeah.
Blood Red Path came out in 96, so I think this is 98.
Okay.
Um,
So they were kind of a little late, weren't they? Like it's too bad they didn't come
yeah,
out. If they'd have came out in the earlier 90s, they would have been huge.
yeah. This actually could have been 97 too.
Yeah.
It might have been 97. Um, but again, my introduction to them was through Metal Blade Records, the Metal Meister uh, sampler, and for some
Oh,
reason they were on there.
that was probably
Uh,
mine too then, because I had
yeah,
that.
because
Yeah.
there was I don't know if they were working with another label, Invasion Records,
Invasion. Yeah.
and
I think they
Invasion
were.
had, yeah, there was a lot of
Yeah.
bands from there
Yeah.
that I heard on that sampler, like Mythotin,
Yes.
um, I forget who else, Mythotin, and like a bunch of other bands.
Mythids are awesome.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
This was was that before Falconer, I believe? Is that
Yeah. That was the pre-Falconer band. Yeah. And
yeah,
Falconer are awesome too.
yeah, another, yeah. Totally opposite though.
Totally. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. That
So
was
cool.
Mythotin more like what would we say, like pagan folk black metal
Yep.
Viking, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like an early pagan or earlier for that style. Yeah.
Sure.
Because then everyone started playing that style and they were
Yeah.
just kind of a little before that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I have that one of the CDs from them too.
I have
Uh,
one of them, one or two. I think I have two. Yeah, I have two of the because they only have 3 albums. I have two of
yeah.
them. I
Yeah.
need that other one though because I gotta have it.
I'll have to look to see which ones I have because I have crap load of like old CDs and stuff that I've bought that I never got rid of. I'm not gonna get rid of,
No,
especially
no,
now.
no, no. See,
Uh,
honestly, CD's is my favorite format. As
mm,
much as I like vinyl, but CD,
yeah.
I love CDs. Yeah. So definitely don't get rid of those because I think those are probably going to be pretty rare
Yeah.
eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. All right, what do I got next? We're gonna go back to Mahavishnu Orchestra, Birds of Fire. This album is called. This is, I think, their second album. Um, I previously had their first album, so I guess I'm going in chronological order with my collecting of this band. I don't even know how much stuff they have, but
Yeah.
I don't think that much. This is 73. And their first album, I think, was like 69 or 70. Um, looks like I think the same lineup, but yeah, just more. This is just Um, I already talked about that live album, but this is yeah, it's jazz fusion, just like scorching
Mm,
jazz fusion, just tons of solos and just it's definitely musicianship focused.
that's cool.
Yeah, it's like I said, if you like prog, this is a band, anyone could get into, even
Birds
though
of
it's
Fire.
not
Okay.
considered prog.
Yeah,
Yeah, Mahavishnu Orchestra is fucking awesome band.
that's cool.
Yeah.
Um, I'm gonna check them out because that's something that I've been interested. And I wonder if my record store, because there's a few here. I'm
That's where I
wondering,
found my all my stuff. Just yeah, I found it all in local record stores,
yeah.
just used. Yeah.
Hopefully they catalog their shit and they know what they have and don't have.
Yeah. I'll keep my
Because
eyes out too. If I ever see any, I'll pick it up for you.
okay, yeah, that'd be awesome, dude. Because
Yeah.
it's like a fucking sickness now that I'm always like looking for shit, and
Yeah, me too.
it's I hate it, but it's awesome.
Yeah. I'm okay with it. Keeps me busy. Mm.
Yeah, yeah. And then so I went to random. So picking up the, I'll tell you right now, but one of the other pickups I had, but at a flea market, we picked up a couple of tapes. Well, the ZZ Top tapes, right?
Yeah.
So I spoke to the guy there. He's like, "Hey, dude, I have a store." He gave me his business card, and he's like, "I have a lot of stuff that I don't bring to the flea
Yeah.
market," and I'm like,
Oh
"Cool."
yeah.
So he's like, "I sell tasers and fucking knives and all kinds of shit." I was like, "Cool," and anime and you know, um, Funko Pops.
Oh, okay.
And so went in and brand new, sealed for 20. Um, Spiritual healing from death.
Wow, $20.
Yeah.
You can't beat that.
No.
Yeah.
And this is, I think, was it the relapse? Um, I'm not too sure, but it's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
yeah, Relapse. I think that's the Relapse reissues because I
Yeah.
bought one of them too. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're really nice.
Oh,
I
well,
bought
yeah, it says it on the front.
yeah. Yeah, they did a killer job with
It
those.
sounds awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's up here on this side.
That album cover is so good too.
Yeah, dude.
I
I
love
mean,
it. That's might be my favorite Death cover. It's not my favorite Death
damn.
album, but the
Yeah.
cover. I
Yeah.
love it's Ed
Yeah.
Repka.
I mean, it's when they started getting more, social commentary
Yep.
sort of thing. And
Yeah.
I
No more zombies and stuff.
sure, I mean, I love Scream Bloody Gore.
Yeah.
The
Me
cover
too,
is
but it's not
amazing.
my favorite.
hmm
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind though getting that tattooed and
Yeah, that would be so cool.
yeah,
That would make a great
at least the
tattoo.
dude on the with the chalice,
Yes.
at least him.
At least him. Yeah, you might not
Yeah.
need the other guy, but yeah.
Nah.
At least yeah, that's a good might actually be better that way, just with him.
Him on a throne, right? Or
Yeah.
whatever it is, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? I never noticed. It's so stupid. I'm so stupid. Here, yeah, he's got like some fucking cash. It's like
Cash
fucking
sticking out of
money.
his pocket.
Yeah, the priest or
Yeah.
or what is he?
The Reverend or whatever.
Reverend, yeah, for like a
Or
mega church probably.
pastor. Yeah, pastor.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's fucking great.
Yeah. Spot on, huh?
That reminds me of we were talking about Ghost before we recorded, but if you ever watch the Ghost, the song is called "He Is," I think it's called. It's from the Meliora album, like the third
Mm.
album or whatever.
hmm
And the video for that song it's a great video. It's basically like a video version of that album cover. It's like uh
That's cool.
Tobias, he's playing himself, but he's like a Jim Jones type guy,
Oh,
and
okay.
he's
Yeah,
got
yeah.
his congregation, and he's got his ushers are walking around collecting the cat. I don't know if you've ever been to church. They're collecting the cash plates and they're
Yes.
stuffing it in their pockets and stuff when no
That's
one's
fucking
looking.
funny.
And it's a great video. Fuck, great video.
Yeah.
And honestly, great song. Probably my favorite Ghost song. All
Like I
right.
said, I'll reevaluate my
Yeah.
the
Ghost.
Ghost. Yeah. Check him out
I
again.
think you could probably get into like I mean, their first four albums are great, I think.
Okay.
So I got some really cool black metal here from Iceland.
Hmm.
So over the last like 10 years, I want to say about 10 years, there's been this like And it's a little quieter now, but at one point it was huge. But there's like this scene out of Iceland, this black metal scene that really just kind of took the black metal, scene by storm, basically.
Mhm.
Um, I was kind of late to it. Like I remember hearing about it and I checked out some of the bands. It's a cool scene. Some of some of these bands are hard to get into. It's I give them a lot of credit for creating black metal that's like their own style.
Yeah.
But anyways, this band is probably the most popular out of that scene. So the band is pronounced, and I didn't know this for years. It's pronounced Miss Therming. Do what you
Um,
want with that. Uh, but the spelling is I won't even go there, and I won't be able to even pronounce the album.
Yeah.
Um, so I'll show the cover.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to see, but
Oh,
it's cool. It's pretty cool.
that's what's his name? Dore?
Oh, is it?
Uh,
Okay.
Gustav.
Oh,
Uh,
Gustav. No wonder I thought this looked
his
familiar.
his uh his drawings, right? You know,
Oh
or
shit.
his
Okay.
paintings. Yeah.
I thought it looked familiar.
Yeah.
That's cool. What do we got here? Okay, this is cool. I forgot about the color.
Ooh,
Yeah.
damn.
So
Nice.
Miss Therming, God, it's even hard to say on video on camera. So the Icelandic black metal. This came out on a really cool label called Territor Possessions.
Okay.
I can't remember where the label's from. Yeah, and I don't know what year this is from because it's black metal, and of course, it's not going to give you
Sure.
any information.
Yeah,
I'd say within the last 7 or 8 years.
that's cool.
Um, God, here I'll show the back just so if anyone's watching, they can maybe look up that album name. But anyways,
Oh
this
shit.
this band's got a lot of attention. It's weird. But I'm not even going to be able to describe it. It's black metal and it's weird. I guess that's
Yeah, yeah.
it's very lo-fi.
Yeah,
So it's super raw.
yeah.
But there is definitely something going on. It's very like I can't even compare it to really anything that I've ever heard. So
That's
anyone
cool.
into like mysterious kind of lo-fi black metal, it's something worth looking into.
Okay. That's
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Um going back to that taser sword knife shop. I picked this one up, also brand new. Soilwork, Stabbing the
Stabbing the
Drama.
Drama. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a
And
good album.
it is really fucking good. Uh,
I
very
bought it back when it came out originally, and
yeah.
I loved it.
This is in red, really fucking beautiful.
Yeah, I
Uh,
love red vinyl. It just looks good.
yeah, it looks really good. Yeah.
Yeah,
And it was just really good fun. Um,
fun is the word I would use too.
it's
Because
crazy,
yeah,
right? There's some times where it reminds me of like fucking Pantera, like
yeah, or
Dave's
even a little
vocals.
metalcore. There's like a
Yeah,
little metalcore in there.
yeah,
Like you could probably call that like their sellout album,
I would say so. I mean, it's
but it but
groovy,
but
right?
it's good.
Yeah, 100%. No, yeah, and
Yeah.
it's catchy like always, dude. And I
Yep.
think
It's catchy.
this was after fuck. What's the name of that album with butterflies? That's my favorite album
Oh
from them.
yeah. Not Chain Heart Machine. That was before that.
That was before that, yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean though. That Butterfly album was great.
Yeah. Well, I think there was Chain Heart Machine, A Predator's Portrait,
Hmm.
and then it was that Butterfly album. I keep forgetting. People are like
Yeah, me
yelling at
too.
us right now too.
Yeah, I know.
And then this one came up. But
Yep.
yeah, I
And I
mean,
think this
dude,
is the album where people were like, some people were like, all right, this is you guys are starting to, branch out too much. But I thought it sounded really good.
yeah. I mean, for $10, shit. And you, even better. It sounds awesome.
Yeah, no, as much as it might sound like we're trying to make it sound bad, it's actually
Mhm.
it's a good album, you know?
It's really good, yeah.
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 Call it's a weird uh combination of things, like it's one of those things where it's like maybe I shouldn't like the sound, but it's too good for me
Yeah.
not to.
And also it's not quite core. It's not quite
No,
all of
no,
that.
no, no,
But
it's not.
that's why I think it's like it's still okay, you know. And not only
Yeah,
that, I mean, there's a lot of groove to it. It's
yeah,
still heavy, it's still chunky.
and it still sounds like soil work.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't mistake in that. But his
No,
vocals sound a little different. That's why I was saying it reminds me of Phil.
They do sound
from
different. Yeah.
Pantera. So the growls, if
Yep.
you want to call them that.
Yeah. It was probably intentional, you know. He was probably just a huge Pantera fan.
Yeah.
They wanted to, let some of their influences shine.
Yeah.
Because it's not like, let's be honest, that album came out what in like early 2000s,
2005, I think.
2005. Yeah, it's not like, I mean, at that point Pantera were already done, you know. It's not like
Yeah.
they were trying to jump. They weren't jumping on any like trend with that.
Right.
They were just, I think they were just putting out an album they wanted to put out, you know.
Sure. I mean, I think whoever took that torch probably, I would say, was Lamb of God probably took that torch.
I agree.
Uh,
Yep.
so
Lamb of God. Yeah, totally. Yeah.
go
Cool.
for it.
All right. This next one, I think this is actually a Texas band, if I remember correctly. Helvetron. So this
I
is
think
this is
that's from
a
El Paso, actually.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember when this came out. I bought this recently, but I was into this album when it came out.
Yeah.
This came out on Hell's Headbangers,
Oh, that's
you know,
cool.
which is a great label, obviously. So
Yeah.
Death Scroll of Seven Hells and its Infernal Majesties. So you're already kind of, imagining what it probably sounds like just
This is black
by me
metal.
saying that. For sure, black metal.
Yeah.
But this might be more like Black Death too, because it's like really nasty.
I like that
Nasty,
combination. Yeah.
nasty, nasty. Yeah. Um, it's got two guys. Um, God, I don't even know. It's another one of those things where it's like, how do you even describe this? Just nat real. Okay, so it's lo-fi, it's raw,
Yeah.
um, it's
I probably know the
noisy.
two dudes. I probably know them.
You probably do.
I probably do. I'm not sure.
It's noisy. It's just
Yeah.
it's nasty. It's just
That's cool.
it's filthy, filthy black death metal. It's just as dirty as it gets.
Yeah.
Yeah, scary sounding, hellish sounding.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a cool album. I can't remember when it came out because, again, black metal, they never like to put release dates.
It's
But
got to
I'm
be
gonna say this
cult.
came out probably about 10 years ago or so, maybe a little less.
Yeah.
It's not a new album by any means, but yeah, I like it. Black vinyl. Yeah, it's not gonna be for everybody. If you like Beharit and stuff like
Sure.
that, then
hmm
yeah, then it might be for you.
I got something scary too, though.
Cool. I like
But
scary.
scary good though. So it's another one that I bought.
Oh, hell yeah.
Rat out of the cellar.
It's a great album.
Uh, was this? It was like $8 at a flea market.
Yep. I
Uh,
have that. I have that too, that vinyl
yeah,
copy.
dude, shocked how good it
Yeah.
sounds.
Maybe
So
the
shocked.
best hair metal album of all time, I think.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
when you think
it's
about it.
fucking it's heavy for it
Hmm.
being glam or whatever you want to call it. It's good,
Way
man.
heavy.
Yeah.
It's got like, if you listen to it, I don't know if you listened to it since you bought it, but it's like
Yes.
when I listened to it last time, like I think I listened to it last summer, I was like, this is like a glam band that loves Judas Priest.
hmm
It's like those guitarists, they're playing crazy technical solos, heavy
Yeah.
riffs. Like if you just focused on the riffs and the solos, like
Right.
it's almost speed metal almost, it's
And
like
not only that, I mean the what do you call it? The hit Round and Round
I love
is
Round and Round.
it's great, but it's insignificant compared to like the
Yeah.
rest of the album.
No, yeah, you're right.
But
Yeah.
they were fucking smart picking that as a single though.
Yeah, they were. It's a great song.
Yeah. And Percy, I mean, it just sounds so good, man.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, I picked this up at a flea market in fairly good condition.
It looks like it.
Uh,
Yeah.
it's looks really good actually. So, and it sounds awesome. So, super happy with
Yeah.
that
I
purchase.
would compare that like to like the second um Skid Row album, you know? It's like a
Yeah,
glam band that has like one foot like in just traditional heavy metal,
yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Yeah.
Slave to the Grind, right?
Yeah, Slave to the Grind.
Yeah.
Yep.
Actually, I think my favorite would be uh, glam heavy metal would be Dangerous Toys.
Oh shit.
Uh,
Texas band, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
with fuck, what's his name?
With the singer,
Yeah, from Watchtower.
Jason Big Master.
There you go,
Yeah.
dude.
He's fucking so good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that Dangerous Toys, man.
It's a great
That's
album.
fucking metal, dude. That sounds
It is.
so good.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Actually,
That
need to get that now.
yeah, me too, actually. I don't
Yeah.
have it. I've heard it though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stephen or Jason McMaster's just such a fucking great singer.
Oh hell
I
yeah.
mean, I mean, to this day, if you look at like the shit he did live vocals for Jag Panzer on a tour.
Oh no
Like
shit.
that's how good he is. Yeah.
Damn, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
That guy can sing
That
pretty
makes
much
sense
anything.
too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not that far. Colorado boys, Texas, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, Dangerous Toys. Awesome. All right. I really like this album. I heard it back when it came out and I never got a copy. Band is called Evangelist,
Okay.
but it's spelled A-E. Well, the
Okay.
word evangelist with an A in front of it. So
Yeah. Evangelist, yeah.
this came out on Blood Harvest. I think Finland. I think it's a Finnish label, Blood
Mm.
Harvest. But anyways, this came out back in it's probably at least 10 years ago, maybe a little more than that actually. So this was a two-person band. They kind of play like damn, double vinyl. They kind of play like a maybe like a lo-fi black metal, kind of like Leviathan or
Mm.
something like that,
Yeah.
but with like a little bit of like death metal, like a little bit of death metal in there. It's very it's like the audio vision of like a horror movie. Like it's
Mm.
terrifying, like swirling, kind of like almost like that band Portal. Did you ever hear
Yes.
Portal?
Yeah.
Almost. They don't exactly sound like that, but they have that same like alien, like disturbing atmosphere. It's
I got
uh
you.
I love that kind of stuff, you
Yeah.
know. I love like turning music on and just like living inside a horror movie. Like
Yeah.
I think it's cool. So they have that going on. It's horrifying sounding and it's nasty and slimy and dungeony and it's yeah, it's cool.
That's cool. Portal, I've seen some videos from Portal and that shit's fucking creepy.
Yeah, it is so
So,
creepy. Yeah, I
yeah.
would love to see them live, but
Yeah.
I doubt I ever will, but I would love to.
Yeah, I don't think they'll are they where are they from? Australia or
Australia, yeah.
yeah, that's cool.
I'm definitely a fan. It's not something
Yeah.
I don't listen to Portal all the time. I might only listen a couple times a year, but like
Yeah.
I like their shit.
Enough. Yeah, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
this next one I got because I just love Fleetwood Mac.
I'm
Uh
kind of getting there myself.
yeah,
Oh yeah, Rumors. Yeah.
such a
Yeah,
good fucking album.
it is.
Um got
Dude,
this one.
isn't every song or almost every song on that album like a single?
It's a fucking banger. Dude, not even joking, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Say You Love Me, Landslide, I'm So Afraid.
Yeah.
Uh, both this one and well, I don't think this is Rumors.
Isn't it? Yeah, isn't that Rumors? Or am I mistaken?
Let me see.
I'm a noob with Fleetwood Mac.
No, this is Rumors.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry about that.
Yeah. No, no, it's it's all right. No, but the both of them have fucking bangers, dude. Uh,
What is that? What album is that?
I think it's just
Or is it self-titled?
self-titled. Yeah.
Okay.
But then
Yeah,
I mean
I'm a
there's
noob with Fleetwood Mac. I don't know much, but I'm getting into them, I think.
yeah. Those two you
Slowly.
can't go wrong with those two. I
Yeah.
mean, even like Monday Morning, Crystal, Warm Ways. This is such a really good uh
Cool. Yeah, I haven't heard that album. But I love Rumors and I actually really like let me see if I can find it. I have a Fleetwood Mac tape
yeah.
and I've been listening to it. Nah, I don't see it right now. I don't know where I put it. But anyways, ah, okay, here it is. I had a buddy of mine sent this to me. Okay, it's called Tango in the Night.
Oh, that's another good one.
It's
Yeah.
really good.
That's
Yeah,
the 80s. Yeah.
it's 80s. Yeah. So and I also listened to God, like an earlier Fleetwood Mac album, and it was cool too. So I'm like, okay, this is the band I need to investigate.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think you can't go wrong with the self-titled with Rumors, uh Tango in the Night.
Yeah.
I think the earlier stuff is when I think this is
It was a little different.
pre Stevie and pre Lindsay
Yep, you're right.
where there were those were on sale too at that record store that I went to. Well, the Taser shop,
The Taser
but
store.
the Taser store. But I didn't pick them up. Um, but I want to go back and see if they have those. But yeah, those two albums that I mentioned, the Rumors and this self-titled, perfect place to start.
Yeah, totally.
What you
Cool.
got?
I got another another black metal album. This is a band I really like. Not going to be for everybody, but a Swedish band called Hypothermia.
Hmm. Okay.
They've been around a while. I think it's
Oh, that's
God.
cool.
Is it one guy? I can't remember. It's mostly one guy. I can't remember if he has band members, but yeah, the artwork here is so cool.
Yeah.
I mean, and what's funny about it is like as beautiful as the artwork is, like the band itself, I mean, it's called Hypothermia, and it's all about depression and stuff. Like
Yeah.
it looks happy, but it's not.
Yeah.
Um,
We've learned
it,
that.
I can't remember what label even put this out.
Oh
This might
shit.
be like God, some label, probably some like Swedish label I'm not even familiar with.
Fuck. That's cool.
It's you see like this stuff here. I don't know what all that is, but
It's
um
probably like individually signed.
yeah. So Hypothermia, black metal from Sweden. It's like God, how do I even describe it to I don't know if I'd be able to describe it to anyone that hasn't heard it, but it's in the black metal world, I mean, this style of music is not that uncommon.
Yeah.
It's super lo-fi. Um, it's lo-fi, it's minimalist, it's all about atmosphere. It's just a suffocating, depressing atmosphere, which
Fuck.
might it sounds terrible, I guess, to someone that hasn't heard it, but I love this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Um, like when I listen to music like this, like it doesn't make me depressed, like that might be what went into creating it, but
Right.
I wouldn't say it makes me like cheery. It comes with this cool poster, but
That's cool.
um, yeah, it's not gonna be for everyone. But for people that love it, I think it's great. This project has gone on for a while, actually. He's got a lot of stuff, and his name is Kim, Kim, and he's been in a lot of other bands over the years, and they all kind of fall under like the same category. So that's just kind of what he does. But
Yeah.
some of it's instrumental, if I remember correctly. I think some of it has no vocals, and when it does have vocals, it's that black metal style where it's completely unintelligible and it's kind of pushed back, kind of
Hmm.
howling in the background kind of vocals, almost like
Like
a
pained.
yeah, almost like a windstorm,
Hmm.
You probably heard some stuff like
Yes.
that.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. So
That's
I
cool.
I love Hypothermia. He's got a lot of stuff. It's one of those projects where you look it up on Metal Archives and he's probably got 30, 40
Mm,
releases.
I got you.
But yeah, I like it.
That's cool.
I love a lot of stuff Kim's done, but it's not gonna be for everybody.
Yeah. And when you order these, you order them online or you find it in the record stores
That one
or
I actually found in a record store.
okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Where did I get my other Hypothermia stuff? Yeah, the rest I think I've got off Discogs pretty much because um a lot of it comes out of Sweden, but you can find it here in the US too.
That's good. I'm
Yeah.
glad.
So just
And see, that's what's cool about some of the stuff.
yeah.
Um, some of the stuff is easily accessible.
Hmm.
And then like that Superior album, it's like fucking hard to
Yeah.
find. So,
Yeah. Because that Superior album wasn't like I think initially it was self-released.
oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
I because I don't know a lot about the band's history, but yeah, me
Same.
and you
Yeah.
talked about it.
Yeah.
Like they were. Remember, I told you they were supposed to be at one point they were supposed to be signed to Noise Records.
Oh yeah, the German label.
I actually think they were signed to Noise, but I think that they something must have happened and they didn't end up putting anything out through Noise. But
I see here Modern Music Records. Yeah, noiserecords.com
Noise, okay, so Noise, yeah,
was involved.
yeah, involved. But I think they were one of those bands where it's like they kind of probably something happened,
Yeah.
and it just fell apart. But yeah, just one of those bands that should have been bigger.
They're
And
so good, dude. It's crazy.
yeah, yeah,
I'm gonna move on to my next one.
cool.
This is probably, well, this is my first album that I ever got from Death. Uh, and this is my
Oh yeah,
favorite. Uh,
that's my favorite too.
yeah, Human. Uh, Another one of the Relapse
Yep.
reissues.
Yeah.
Uh, got really cool. You know, it's pretty simple,
Yeah, no,
but
they did a great job of those reissues though. Yeah,
yeah,
they had to. It's death,
yeah, sounds amazing.
Yeah.
But not only that, I think this might be peak uh, in terms of the members that that he had at that time.
Yeah, dude,
Uh,
me too. I agree.
and I remembered I had talked. It could have been you as well, but I know
It
my
might have
friend
been.
Diego. We
Yeah.
had talked about. I had always said before in the past that individual thought patterns is where I thought that they were going prog,
Yep.
but you see it clearly on Human
You
that
do.
they already starting to go prog at that point.
Yep.
And that's crazy because this one I just bought it at the record store, just like used. I'm like, what
Yeah.
the fuck is this? And I just bought it.
It's
Uh,
so good.
so yeah, it is.
Sean Reinert, on
Hmm.
drums. One of the best drummers of all time. Well, it's got the two guys from Cynic,
Yeah,
Paul
Paul.
Masvidal.
Yeah,
So there you go. Chuck hired those guys for a reason because he
yeah,
wanted to go prog.
yeah. It makes sense.
Yeah, yeah. He could have hired anyone else, but he went, I want these guys because these guys can play what I want to go, the direction I want to go into.
Yeah, and I mean, what better dudes to do it too, man?
No better dudes.
Yeah,
Yeah, no better
yeah.
dudes. Yeah, that
They had,
combination of Chuck and those two guys
yeah,
was just magic.
yeah. And then, I mean, once Gene came along on drums, their sound got thunderous as well. Don't get me wrong.
Thunderous is the word.
Yeah,
Yeah, because
yeah,
yeah, Gene is such a powerful drummer.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
dude. Um, but this one's, I don't know, can't complain, dude. It's like my favorite.
me too. Yeah,
And not only that,
I've said for a while now it's my favorite Death album.
and their cover of God of Thunder from
It's cool.
Kiss, it's
It's cool.
so fucking cool, dude. It is.
Yeah. I always liked that song anyway. I
Yeah,
liked Kiss when I was a kid.
yeah,
I don't really listen to them anymore, but yeah, it's a cool. It's
yeah.
God of Thunder is a kick-ass song.
It is, dude. Yeah, and it translates so well to metal. So
It
it's so
does.
cool.
Yeah, it's like the heavy Kiss song.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. I love it.
Yeah, I've actually said, I don't know about you, but I have said before that album is tech death, or it's like early tech death,
I agree. I mean,
technical death metal, in its early form.
fuck yeah, dude. I mean, their songs. Shit, what was it? Suicide Machine?
The Suicide Machines
Secret
is so
Face?
so
Shit,
good.
dude.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
good
mean,
shit.
you don't have to be tech death. You don't have to be over the top and unlistenable. I'm
Yeah,
talking good tech death.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, 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 I agree.
All right. I got a going to some thrash metal. Can't remember if they're from Minnesota, but anyways, so this band called Power Mad.
Hmm. Okay.
I think they're still around, but they were a band from the 80s. They started back in the 80s, in the big thrash boom. This is the EP that this probably came out, yeah, so 88. I thought it was Combat Records. This is Reprise Records.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Wow, Warner Brothers? Jeez. Okay. So I guess they were I guess they kind of had a major label thing going on for
Yeah,
a
they
while.
did, huh?
They had a couple albums in the 80s, and I think they're one of those bands that broke up and came back.
Yeah,
But just killer thrash metal.
that's cool.
Um I don't know what to call. I don't know what to, like I don't know who to compare it to. Um I don't know. It's 80s thrash. It's good. It's an EP. Their first album's good. This I think came out after the first album. I don't know and actually I did hear some of their comeback stuff and it was pretty good, but if you like 80s thrash and you haven't heard Power Mad, I
Yeah.
would say definitely look into them. Great musicians, great songwriters. It's yeah.
And it was released during the 80s as well.
Yeah, this is an original pressing.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's called The Madness Begins.
Yeah,
But yeah, that's yeah, Reprise Records.
that's cool.
Yeah, killer thrash metal from the 80s that I'd say they probably should have been bigger, but like thrash was it was kind of big at the time. There were so
Yeah,
many thrash bands. It was hard to break through, but I would say they're not like a third or fourth string, band as far as quality goes.
right.
I'd
Well,
say
that's
they're
good.
I'd put them on like second string easily.
Yeah.
Underrated.
Hold on, I got a visitor. Come here.
Is that a Lemmy?
Nah,
Oh,
this is our other um our new pup.
oh,
Um,
I don't even know if you told me you got a new dog.
yeah, the other one passed away last year.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, we got this is Max,
Oh,
and
he's adorable, man. How old is
yeah,
he?
I think he's like 4.
Okay.
He's an older one, but
Damn, he is a good looking boy.
yeah, my sister didn't have time for him, so we were able to
Oh, okay.
take him in.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah,
That's
and
awesome.
he's also a black and tan weenie.
Yeah, he's
Um,
beautiful.
yeah.
Does he
So,
remind you of your old dog a
oh,
little bit?
Ween, yeah, a little
Wayne?
bit.
Yeah.
Not personality though.
No personality.
They're completely different. You know,
Yeah.
that helps out. That helps out a lot, honestly.
Yeah. I know.
Uh, but yeah, he's a spoiled little brat, and we love it. You know.
Does he get along with the cats and everything or?
Well, so the other cat we had to let go. We had to let him. My brother took him in.
Oh, okay.
Lemmy.
Lemmy?
Yeah. The other cats that we have outside, he kind of just walks. He minds
Yeah.
his business and he just ignores them.
Not my thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They look like tough characters and I don't want to mess with them.
Dude. Yeah,
I fucking
exactly.
love cats. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a cat fan.
We had an unfortunate, um, really unfortunate situation the other day where two stray dogs came
Oh.
and killed one of the cats that was outside.
Oh shit. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah,
God
that
damn.
sucked. It was crazy because like we hadn't had any strays and then they just jumped over my neighbor's wall in the back.
Oh
He's
no.
like a hoarder. He has a lot of crap in the back.
Yeah.
And they just jumped over the stuff that he had to our yard,
Oh shit.
and it was too late. That cat was
Oh
already
no.
she was
Did you have to find it?
no, we saw her. She was in the back of the
Okay.
yard. She
Oh
was, I
no.
think, very um what do you call it? I'm not sure you got her spine. She couldn't
Oh
move.
no. Oh,
Yeah, and I think
that's
within
tough.
25 minutes she passed away.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Then
sorry, dude.
no, I know. I mean, it sucks because like a lot of them they've just lived there in the backyard. We have like a back room,
Yeah.
and you never think that there's going to be stray dogs coming in.
No, no, yeah.
But the walls
Anything
are
can
short.
happen, but you don't think about it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, now we're
That's
keeping more an eye. We're going to get a camera, you know.
yeah. More
So
security. Yeah.
yeah, especially now because we take Max out. Uh, there were two German Shepherds,
Oh,
and he's a weenie dog. I mean, I know they're from the same, you know,
yeah.
brethren, but nah,
You don't want him getting attacked and
nah,
yeah.
dude. I don't
Yeah.
think he would
He
stand a
can't defend
chance.
himself against a big dog like that.
Not two, especially two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Got it. A German Shepherd compared to a Dachshund, that's like a giant to them,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
literally.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, sounds like you're making the right decision, so
yeah.
he'll be all right. He'll be all right, I'm sure.
Yeah, we
You
always
keep
go
him
with him
inside.
anyways. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Is it your turn?
I think it's your turn.
Oh, okay. Shit. Yeah.
I think
All
because
right.
I showed the death one.
Oh, yeah. Death. Yeah, that's right. We've just been
Mm.
talking about it.
Hmm.
All right. I got, let's see, 1985. So I'm a huge Venom fan. I
Ooh.
fucking love Venom. So I collect anything from them that I can find that I don't have because they got a lot of singles and stuff like that. They
Yeah.
back in the 80s they put out a ton of singles. So I got the Nightmare single.
Oh, it's cool.
Yeah, the original pressing. Really cool to have. So what does this have on it? Is it just oh yeah, it's Nightmare and Satanicist. So two songs. So this
That's
is
cool.
a 12 basically just a 12-inch single on Neat Records.
Yeah. Oh,
Classic
that's That's
Meet
like
Live
a new
Over.
wave of British heavy metal. No?
It is, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. This is from those days.
that's
So
cool.
not much to say about it. Like Venom put out, like I said, they put out a lot of singles. Most of them were on, their albums. Not all of them though.
Hmm.
But Nightmare and I think Satanicist was as well. So just good 80s Venom. Nothing
It,
else to say about that, but I just love collecting their stuff.
it's funny because I always talk shit about them, but they're all right. I do like them, but I'm always teasing. I'm always teasing just
They're dorks for
because
sure,
of
but
Kronos. I'm always teasing because of him.
yeah, Kronos
You
is
know?
ridiculous.
Yeah. He's like, we're black metal, we're power metal, we're death. Like,
Yeah,
no,
or death metal, thrash
pick
metal,
one,
doom
dude.
metal.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not all those things. No.
Yeah. Yeah. And I like them in terms of, I mean, love Motorhead,
Yeah,
love the
me
way
too.
they, that power trio,
Yeah, the power trio, classic power trio formula.
Yeah. Yeah. So this next one is one that I had to have, right? Because it's to me top 10 of all time. And
Oh yeah,
people will make fun of me, of course. Pantera, Cowboys from Hell.
oh yeah,
Um,
classic.
this one is it's kind of crazy because they call it a white and whiskey, but
Interesting name.
it's beige to me.
Oh, yeah, white and whiskey. That's a
Yeah,
cool. It's cool description though.
yeah.
I love the song "Cemetery Gates."
Oh yeah,
I don't care
yeah.
what anyone says. Yeah, that's a fantastic song.
The probable epitome of a power ballad, right?
Yeah,
In terms
yeah,
of song structure and whatever. Yeah,
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 fantastic song.
yeah. That one I've this album I've had to. It took me a while to. I mean, I of course I had to go on Amazon and I had to order it,
Yeah, yeah,
But fuck yeah, dude, I'm super happy and it sounds great too.
yeah. Cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's funny. I was talking. This has been a while ago. This is probably a year or two ago. I was talking to because I know you know him too. And I'm always bad with names, but let's see, what band is he from? Um, a band from we've talked about them. A band from Texas. I think his name is Justin in a black metal band, kind of like an Agalloch post metal kind of sounding.
Um,
We've talked about
they're
them.
from like Houston or something, no? Or
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Fuck, I forgot, dude. And they just released
Yeah. Yeah.
an
I
album a
know you
couple
know
years
what I
ago.
mean.
Actually, I think I
Yeah,
did a top albums of like 23 with him.
you did.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
bad.
the
Yeah, anyways, I was
Cribsgrove.
talking.
Cribsgrove.
Yeah, Krigsgrove. Yeah.
Cribsgrove. Yeah.
Yeah, I was talking to him one time and I still kind of want to do this. And if I do it, you could join too, since you're from Texas. Because
Sure.
I was talking to him and I was like, we should do like our favorite Texas bands,
That's
just like
awesome.
strictly Texas band. And he goes, "Yeah, I'm totally down to do that." But he's like, I gotta warn you, if you're okay with it, there's gonna be some Pantera in there." And I was like, "Oh, of course, no, yeah, of course, you don't have to ask me.
Yeah.
I know, yeah, Pantera or a they just kind of turned into one of those um controversial bands. Some people like think they're terrible, some people think they're awesome. I don't know how
I've
it ever came to that, to be honest,
I've
but
heard um like PBR Monster Energy drink
yeah, yeah.
beat your wife, but I was like, bro, that's Five Finger Death Punch, man.
Yeah, that came later. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
yeah,
gotta be them, not
yeah.
Pantera.
Like I said, yeah, I don't know how exactly that all happened. It's maybe it's because they're proud rednecks and stuff,
Sure.
which there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah, and I mean Phil's from fucking what, Louisiana.
Louisiana or whatever.
So I
Yeah,
mean, yeah, it's whatever.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, I just thought it was funny. Yeah, because he goes, I got if I'm probably going to include some Pantera. I'm like, of course you would. Like you don't have to
Why
ask
not?
me.
Yeah,
Yeah, you don't have to ask me, but that's
yeah.
fine. But yeah, yeah, that's it's just I can't imagine what it'd be like in might be a different thing in Texas too, being they're a Texas band. I mean, like you said, Phil's from Louisiana, but Dimebag and Vinny were from Texas,
Hmm.
and I think Rex was too.
Yeah.
So they're
Yeah.
essentially they were, they always were a Texas band.
Right.
And they talked about it all. I don't think they ever moved out of Texas either, right?
I don't think so. No.
Yeah,
They're
yeah,
like in Arlington or like
yeah.
Dallas or something. Yeah.
Yeah, I think yeah, Vinny lived in Dallas, if I
Yeah.
remember correctly, and yeah.
Yeah.
So I always thought that was cool,
Yeah. Yeah.
stay in
Yeah.
the state. They never moved away. They
Yeah.
were always a Texas band, and
And they
yeah,
drank fucking Coors Light. That's the weirdest thing.
that is kind of weird actually, but
It is.
you know, you know how it goes. They were kind of like back then where there was less beer options, I guess, too.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. But all right, so I got one of my favorite albums too, at least one of my favorite Genesis albums,
Oh,
Trick of the
cool.
Tail.
Yeah,
I love this album. I've had it on CD for years, but I found it on vinyl, obviously, and
that's cool.
original, original Warner pressing. I think this came out in like yeah, 76. Nice
Mm,
gatefold.
yeah.
But this was the album. This is the first album that Phil Collins ever sang on. So, Peter Gabriel left the band, Phil became the singer, and
Oh, that's the first one. Okay.
he pretty much sounds like his voice, at least on this album, he sounds pretty similar to Peter. But it's just a lot of people I think call this a transitional album
Hmm.
between the, heavy prog stuff and the more experimental Genesis that, they would
Okay.
kind of drift away a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
So people call this kind of like the transitional album. I think it's one of the best Genesis albums ever, to be honest.
Okay.
Dance on a Volcano is probably it's the opener, probably my favorite song on this album. Entangled is awesome.
Yeah.
So it kind of strides the line. I would still very much call it a prog album, but it also kind of has the I don't know if I wouldn't say pop hits, like
Hmm.
that they would be known for later, but more streamlined. There's some more
Yeah.
streamlined stuff on here, but it's all I would still call it like a 10 out of 10 album.
Okay.
And one of my favorite things to watch on YouTube is you can watch, there's some tour footage from this album. It's just magical.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That is cool.
Um, it's just magical. You got the tour, you had Bill Bruford from Yes was
Hmm.
the touring drummer, and
Oh,
it was so cool. They had him and Phil Collins they would do like these things where they would both play. They would did tour with two drum sets, so they would do like drum battles and stuff between.
yeah.
It was so cool. Yeah,
Damn.
I would just type in "Trick of the Tail" live
Tour.
on
Yeah.
YouTube, and you'll find some really really cool stuff.
That's cool.
Yeah, fantastic album. Love it.
I'll have to get
My
that one.
favorites. Yeah,
Well, I still need to get I think Selling England by the Pound.
that's a
I
great
still
album
need to
too.
get that one for sure.
Yeah, yeah. Selling in England is one of the best.
Yeah. Okay. This is another gift from the wife. Thank you, babe. I said thank you. Uh, Catatonia tonight's decision.
Yeah.
A really nice blue.
Oh, that's
Uh,
cool.
yeah,
Dark blue,
dark blue.
like a sapphire blue.
Yeah, and special album, especially. Um, one of my favorite in the top three for Catatonia, so it'd be tonight's decision. Last Fair Deal Gone Down and Viva Emptiness. Those three, I think, are essentials.
I will
Uh,
say I've not heard that album.
yeah. Oh, dude,
Yeah, I haven't heard it yet.
so good.
I've
Um,
heard Viva La Emptiness,
yeah,
and I've heard Last Bear Deal and Gone Down, but there's like two or three Catatonia albums I think that I haven't heard, and I don't know why.
yeah. So let's say this one. Let's say tonight's decision. Did you hear the one prior to tonight's decision? I think this is 98. Um, what was, I forgot the name of the other one. It has Saw You Drown and it has
Oh yeah. Oh,
uh
was it an EP or an album?
no, it was an album.
Okay,
It
because
was
Saw You
Orange.
Drown was on an EP.
It was,
Uh,
but it was from the
yeah.
album. It was like Orange and Black. forgot the name of
Yeah,
that album.
I don't think I heard that album,
Yeah,
but I heard Saw You Drown because I heard there. Okay, there was a Saw You Drown EP that had like two or three songs.
yeah. That
Okay,
and then they released that album. I forgot what it was called, dude.
yeah,
Uh oh, Discouraged Ones.
okay.
And
No, I hadn't
Discouraged
heard that
Ones.
either.
So Discouraged Ones is really the beginning of Jonas and his singing clean. And I think
Yeah,
he got the hang of it with Tonight's Decision. That's where you really hear he's getting into it.
yeah,
At Viva Emptiness, it's like he's on. That's it.
yeah, yeah.
So this was a great transition album if you want to hear, um, because he's a little whiny on Discouraged Ones, and
Okay,
here he sounds great. So
yeah,
this is a great starting album if
cool.
for anybody, I would say.
Yeah, yeah. It's funny. I love Catatonia, but there's yeah, there like I said, there that era.
Yeah,
I like for some reason I haven't heard that that entire era yet, like two or
yeah.
three albums that
That
I need to check out.
I would say that's my favorite era from what 97, 98 to like 2008. Those 10 years um are told. I think Night is the New Day, I think.
Yeah,
All the way up to there is like
yeah,
fucking what do you call it? Like essential, you know?
yeah, yeah. Was was Saw You Drown, was that kind of did that kind of have like an 80s goth sound to it a little bit? Because I thought that was the EP that I heard where it's like, oh, this at least maybe that song, maybe not the whole album. But I remember that I thought maybe it's a different EP, but I
It
remember there's an EP where I was like, this is so 80s like goth sounding. But
it
I mean that in a good
could
way
be.
too.
Yeah, it could have it's really slow, you
Yeah,
know? So it's not a
yeah,
fast-paced song at all, and it's really slow to mid-pace, I would say even.
yeah.
Um
Really like depressive
it
sounding
is
and yeah,
100%. Yeah.
yeah.
I could see that maybe what you're saying.
Yeah, I'll have to recheck it out, but I thought that was the one. But I like I said, I mean it in a good way because I loved it. I
Mm,
actually I like some of that 80s goth stuff, and I remember hearing
yeah.
that, and I remember
Yeah.
thinking like this is really fucking cool. Like
Yeah.
Jonas is killing it with the style here.
Yeah. It's a good album too. I think I could include that one too as an essential, like I was saying, but uh
Unless those that era of the band, unless those albums have been released, they're actually I remember them being so they might have been re-released, but I remember them being kind of hard to find for a while too, because I tried to find some of it online. I was like, like I don't want to pay these prices. Oh wait, I think they've probably been repressed since then though.
I found it for 44, and that's why
Okay.
I passed on that one.
Yeah.
Uh the cheapest I saw in person was 38 for Discouraged Ones
On vinyl or
on
CD?
vinyl. On
Okay.
vinyl. For this one I think was 28.
Yeah, that's totally
Uh
worth it.
yeah. And so I'm just gonna order them online because it's just
Yeah.
cheaper, you know.
Yeah, yeah. I went through a phase where I was like collecting Catatonia stuff, and especially like the EPs.
Mhm.
I'm like, man, some of this stuff's so hard to find right now.
Yeah.
I remember I got like oh shit, what was that EP that I got? It was an EP. It might be the only EP that Michael Ackerfeld was on vocals for. It was the one with the I don't know if you know the movie, the film Begotten. I don't know,
Yeah.
but it has that cover on it. Do you know
Yeah.
what I mean? It's like
Yeah,
drowning.
with the
The
mouth.
yeah, it was like something drowned. I saw you drown. It was called.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Saw You
I
Drown,
got
I think
the I
was
saw you drown EP, and it was I paid a little bit for it, not too much, but it was
yeah.
like yeah, it was a little more than I wanted to spend.
That should have been on that should have been I think it was on Discouraged Ones for
Was
sure.
it okay?
That song.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's yeah okay. So that must be a good album because that's a killer. I have the EP and it's killer.
Yeah.
It's got only two or three songs, but they're really good.
I know Michael was on Brave Martyr Day.
Yeah, it
Uh
was on Bravebird as
yeah.
a session vocalist, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because Jonas was from what I remember, Jonas said that he just wasn't um, confident in his ability to do death metal vocals, so he wanted someone
Right.
better. Who and there's no one better than Michael
Oh,
Ackerfeld.
dude. No shit, right? And think about there were just about um probably the same studio with Dan Swano
I would imagine,
doing
yeah,
Morning Rise probably, you know,
yeah.
when
Oh
they
yeah,
did
I
that.
would imagine so.
Yeah. So it made sense.
Yeah. All right. My next one, we got, so I've done already two Mahavishnu Orchestra albums,
Yeah,
and I mentioned Billy Cobham, which was their drummer. And like I said, one of the best drummers in like, really, but one of the best drummers ever. He's a jazz drummer,
yeah,
and Billy Cobham is his name. So this is his solo album, Crosswinds, is from 70, I want to say 74. Yeah, 74.
yeah.
Um, yeah, his solo albums are great. They're all instrumental. Atlantic Records, yeah, they're all
Hmm.
instrumental. So
Yeah,
it's just really good. Like, I guess I would call his solo stuff probably jazz fusion, maybe.
yeah,
I'm not. Yeah, there's some guitar solos here, so I would probably call it jazz fusion, not just straight jazz. But this is great, great stuff. Uh, I mean, like I said already, he's one of the best drummers of all time. He's just like he's like a Neil Peart,
oh wow.
s like level drummer.
Yeah,
Yeah, fantastic album. I can't say enough about it since I'm not, I'm just not um knowledgeable with this kind of music like the way that most people, people into this music are. But
yeah,
I think this album is fucking smokes.
yeah.
I'll just say that. Yeah, Crosswinds, Billy Cobham, 1974. Very, very cool, like fusion jazz album.
I'm pretty sure like the radical research dudes like
They love that kind of
they could
shit.
probably school us on all that shit,
Yeah.
huh?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Because I'm like just kind of getting into that kind of stuff, but I
yeah,
don't know how far I'll go. But I mean, we'll see. You know.
yeah. I'm very interested in stuff like that, especially now that I know because it's funny because the quality in terms of like the let's say the powered speakers that I have compared to
Yeah.
these Sony that are here
Yeah.
is such a difference. It's
Yeah.
such a difference in
Yeah.
quality. It's
Makes.
punchier. It's just
Yeah.
it sounds thicker. You know what I mean? It just
Yeah.
sounds better.
It'll bring a kind of a new, yeah, a new depth to your music.
Exactly. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm hoping for at least.
Yeah.
Um, something here that's very familiar, I think, and I bought it because I thought it was cheap for what it was. Uh, more classic rock.
Oh yeah.
Eagles, greatest hits. My wife already has one of I think she has the Hotel California record itself.
Yeah.
So I just wanted something a little different. This is already like, people already know this one.
Oh yeah. Hotel California, though, is such a great song.
Well, you know what? That album was really good. I like it
It is good.
um, because Walsh,
Oh
you
yeah.
know, I think he brought a little bit of a grittier sound to
Yeah.
the Eagles and
Yeah, Joe Walsh is awesome.
yeah, yeah, and his solo shit's cool
Actually,
too, man.
growing up, my that was like my dad's favorite artist was Joe Walsh.
Yeah, he's cool,
Fucking
man.
loved that guy.
Him and fuck, what's that other group that he was in? Um, I
Oh
think
yeah, yeah, yeah.
this
That
is
band's awesome.
prior
I know
to
exactly. James Gang.
yes, James Gang.
Yeah,
Good
James
shit
Gang
too,
is
man.
James
Yeah,
Gang is sick. Yeah,
yeah,
I forgot about that. Yeah,
yeah. And then I think he joined the Eagles at one point. But yeah, that's the stuff that I like more.
yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
Amazing songwriter, when you think
his
about
and he was still putting shit out recently, man.
it. Yeah.
I think he did what do you say Analog Man?
Oh yeah.
I think that album, Analog Man, or the song, really good.
Okay, I remember hearing the name. I never heard it.
Yeah,
When did that come out?
like 3 years ago, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's good, huh?
very recent. Yeah, I mean
He's
it's
got to
just
be like
classic.
he's got to be like 70 years old, right?
Yeah, dude, he's an older cat.
Damn. Wow.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, I got this is a band where it's like I think this is probably the only album that I really need from them. Because I've heard some of their other stuff. It's a little more poppy, but we're talking about Ambrosia.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, they were, they started off. This is their first album. This is basically, from what I gather online, it's people call this a prog album.
Okay.
This is from 78. So that's pretty. That's kind of late. No, maybe this isn't their first album. No, this is they had a couple albums before this. My bad. So this is
Yeah.
called Somewhere I've Never Traveled. Um,
Give me,
so
hold on.
Ambrosia started out a prog album or a prog band, I'm sorry, but
Yeah.
they kind of I don't know if you ever heard of, but they kind of went in different directions. They kind of became more like a 70s rock band, I guess. But
Yeah.
their early stuff was very proggy.
Mm,
Um, so I like that proggy stuff. I have not listened to this album yet. So I like their first album, but like I said, like I was getting to, I've heard some of their later stuff,
yeah.
like late 70s, maybe early 80s stuff, and it was a little bit, it's not bad, but it was a little bit more like I don't know, a little bit much less proggy, I guess is what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
um kind of a cool band. I was hoping this would still be like, kind of proggy, but I just haven't listened to it yet. Um
I've always see them on when I go to the
they're
record
a cool
store.
band.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I mean the prog community loves them, but they mostly like the earlier stuff. I don't know, yeah, 78's a tough year because like 78 is kind of when that was like the tail end of prog.
Yeah. It was
So,
already come and gone by that point.
yeah, yeah,
Give me 1 second.
78
I'm
was
gonna
sure.
put a charger on my phone.
Oh
I'll be
yeah,
right back.
sure. Yeah, no, cool. I'm gonna go grab something anyways.
Okay.
Perfect time. Yeah, I just went and grabbed a beer.
Okay. All right. What are you drinking?
Space Dust IPA.
Oh yeah.
If you ever
That's
had this, it's not bad. Legion.
yeah. I think I have.
Um, it's pretty good. I've been kind of drinking it lately.
Love the
It's easy.
IPAs.
It's easy to find. You can
Yeah, it
find it
is.
anywhere, and it's good quality.
Fucking Walmart.
Yeah, it's one of those beers where they got big enough to where you can get it at pretty much every gas station.
Hmm.
Yeah, but it's good.
Yeah, yeah. But going back to what you're saying, I do want to get more of that stuff, like ambrosia and stuff like that.
Yeah,
And
me too.
because I'm always looking for anything like 70s prog and stuff like that. So
Yeah,
that's cool.
and I kind of have a soft spot for the bands that like transition from like prog to like because around like I don't know, I'm not an expert, but like 77, 78, maybe even as early as 76, like prog, it was losing commercial popularity. So all these prog bands were like kind of struggling to like, where do I
Hmm.
go now? What do I
Yeah,
do? Do I play new wave, or do I play rock? Do I play pop, or do I play
yeah,
prog and just die off?
yeah.
So
You had bands
it was an interesting era, I think.
you had bands like Rush who really kind of embraced all that. And
Yeah, Rush obviously they made it. Through all of the trends.
hmm.
Genesis mostly did too.
Oh yeah,
Genesis
that's
became
true.
like a pop prog, kind of thing.
Hmm.
And I actually like the later Genesis stuff. It's not my favorite, but I like it,
Hmm.
you know.
Yeah. So how many more records do you have?
Not too many. I got like, let's see, one, two, maybe like five or six
Okay.
tops. Yeah. Four or five, six.
Okay. I have three.
Okay, cool.
So this one found it at Walmart.
Yeah, the Walmart gets some good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
Metallica
those
Ride the
those
Lightning.
those Walmart pressings are awesome.
Hmm. I
Yeah.
was surprised and it's sounds great.
Oh yeah, from what I've heard, like I've done a lot of research. That yeah, they're great. That's a sick looking vinyl.
Yeah, dude, blue.
That's awesome.
And I bought it uh for 23.
Hell yeah.
Not a bad
That's
price.
that's my favorite Metallic album, hands down.
Top.
Hands down.
It's a great album. I think
Yeah.
it's in my top three. So it's Injustice, Kill 'Em All, and Ride the Lightning.
Those are my favorite three too.
Yeah,
It's funny because like maybe you feel the way I do too, but like I think Master of Puppets is a masterpiece, but it's like one of my least listened to.
it's same thing. It sounds
Yeah.
great, but then I'm like, I'll listen to it last. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's even a lesser album. For some reason it just resonates with me less.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Because I can listen to it and be like, yeah, this is a full-blown masterpiece. You know,
Yeah.
like I find I have nothing to complain about it. No
Right.
complaints. None.
Yeah. Still listen to like Orion. You know, it's
Yeah,
fucking excellent.
it is. Yeah. That's probably their best instrumental, you know.
It is. I think so.
Yeah. All right, so this is the band that I love this band, but I've slowly gotten into them over the last 10 years or so. Uriah Heep.
Oh, nice.
This
Don't think.
is Salisbury. This such a cool cover too. I
Yeah.
love this sick cover.
Huh.
Um,
When did that come out? Because I've never heard of that.
it's an earlier album of theirs. It's
Really?
1970.
Holy shit. Okay, I never heard of
So
that.
probably like first three, four albums.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1970. Yeah, I haven't listened to it yet because I've only really started to get into them over the last, like I said, while. But like I've heard this album is awesome. Um, Ace, you know Aesop Decker, right? Used to be
Hmm.
an Agalloch.
Yes.
He loves this album. This is one of his favorites, but yeah, I haven't listened to it yet. So there's a song, the final, the last song inside two is 16 minutes. So you know that's going to be like probably a
Yeah.
proggy song.
Yeah.
That's what I like about Uriah Heep. Their early stuff is like they're a hard rock, like a deep purple hard rock,
Hmm.
but they got like these. Sometimes they'll do like prog stuff, you know,
Right.
which is cool
Yeah.
to me since I love prog. But
Yeah.
yeah, haven't heard that one. I love Demons and Wizards like
Yeah.
everyone else, you know. And
It's a
what's
great
the other
album.
one? What's the other
Uh,
one that everyone loves?
Look at yourself or
Look at Yourself,
so,
the Magician or whatever.
yeah.
Yeah, I love those. I also love what's it called? It's like an early 80s album. It's so killer. It's the one with like the
The
the demon
Demon?
monkey.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Abominadog.
Yes. Yeah,
Ah,
yeah, yeah.
so have
You
you heard it?
you told me. Yeah, you introduced me to that one. Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay, yeah, it's so fucking
Good.
good.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to checking that out because I've heard
Cool.
it's awesome.
Yeah. That's another band that I want to collect
Yeah,
as well.
they're a band where there's like so many little hidden secrets. You listen to an album,
Yeah.
and you're like, God damn, this is awesome.
Yeah.
Why don't more people talk about it, you
But it's
know?
also like what you mentioned, it's like some prog, some hard rock, some
Yeah,
like
they're a weird band. Yeah,
proto metal even, you know?
they'll play like these kind of whatever proto metal songs, and then boom, here's a prog song, and like, whoa,
Yeah.
where did this come from? You know?
Yeah. 100%. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
So going with the other Metallica album, uh I had to get this one as a
Oh
Kill 'Em
yeah,
All.
classic.
Yeah.
So
So
fucking good.
forgot I think I bought this one used. Yeah, it was used. Um
Yeah, no, don't get me wrong. I buy as much used stuff as I can
yeah.
just to save money, you know?
Same. I mean, I
Yeah.
think this was 20, no, I think it was like 19, and I think the new one was like 28. So I was like,
Yeah.
shit, I'm gonna take this
Yeah,
one. It's fine.
of course.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's one of those albums that like what's funny about that is like I mean I've always loved Metallica, but out of the early stuff, that's the last album that I actually got into.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah. So
That's funny.
for me it's still kind of fresh, you know,
Yeah.
um like as you know, for some people, you know, it's so old, maybe some people are burnt out on that album, but for me
Yeah.
I'm like it's still the more fresh of their older stuff to me.
Well, that's good though, right? That's
Yeah, it
good.
is good
Yeah,
because I
yeah,
could
yeah.
listen to it and be like this is awesome, you know.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's a solid, the ones that we enjoyed
Hmm.
are all solid front to back, like where you
Yeah.
just leave it.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. All right. So this is one of my absolute favorite bands, and I've been saying for at least a decade now, maybe probably 15 years. this is one of the most underrated bands of all
Mhm.
time. So we're talking about Primordial from
Nice.
Ireland,
Yeah.
Metal Blade Records. So Exile Amongst the Ruins. This is one of their more recent albums. This is two albums ago, I believe. Metal Blade Records, like I said, nice pressing too. It's got this cool. It's a double.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, they gave you this cool Metal Blade
Yeah,
outer sleeve. Oh yeah, I forgot about this. Nice. Oh, it's yeah, two LPs.
that's cool.
Nice.
Oh, that
Matches
marble
the
is nice.
matches the cover.
Yeah.
So yeah, Primordial. Whoops, one of my favorite bands of all time. And like I said, one of the most, I think one of the most underrated bands because I almost never hear anyone talk about them.
Yeah.
Um, do you know about them?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I heard them through oh God, maybe it was fuck. Some sampler CD. I heard
Okay.
it.
Good old Metal Blade samplers,
Yeah,
right?
it was like always different samplers. I think they were before Metal Blade.
Yeah, because they weren't always on Metal Blade.
Right. It was like the earlier
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
What's this dude's podcast?
Yeah, the singer's name is Alan Averill.
Right.
He has a pod. He has a yeah. He's got a podcast. Whoa, shit! I forgot about this. I only bought this recently with a giant ass poster.
Oh wow.
I don't even know what to do with it.
Oh, that's
Huge.
cool.
It's the
Well,
album
you
cover.
get some real estate back there, or
Yeah.
put it up. That's cool.
Yeah. So Primordial are yeah, they're like a at their core, they're a black metal band. They've been around since the early to mid 90s.
Hmm.
They've evolved a lot over the years. They kind of like a band like Catatonia
Right.
or Moonspell, they're not exactly what they once were, but they still have those elements. I mean, wouldn't you agree that you listen to Catatonia now, you can still hear Jonas from the 90s.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's the way Primordial are. They have not just because they've changed their styles, they have not lost any passion or songwriting ability or atmosphere. But they're also one of those bands that kind of like Catatonia too, and they're friends, by the way.
Yeah,
Jonas and Alan are friends.
that's cool.
Jonas actually was on Alan's podcast, but
Oh, no shit.
they
Oh, cool.
yeah, so and they also did a split with Catatonia in the early 90s.
Oh, I didn't
But
know that.
so so they're one of those bands that they started off black metal, just like again like Moonspell or arguably Catatonia, and they've evolved over the years. They became a lot of people would call them like a pagan metal
Yeah,
band, um,
Celtic,
but Celtic,
folkish.
yeah, folkish metal. But they are like no other band. There's no one band I can throw at you that says, "Oh yeah, Primordial sounds like this," because they don't sound like anybody. Nobody sounds like them.
Yeah,
They're just so they have so many different elements, and for that reason I just think they're so underrated.
that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, one of my favorite bands of all time.
Yeah, that's one that I need to familiarize myself more as Primordial. That's cool.
Yeah,
And I know they're
I'll
gonna
I'll
do a
throw you a
tour,
couple
no?
albums where I think you should start.
Okay. They
That I think you'll dig.
I think they did a tour or they hit Milwaukee, no, not Milwaukee Metal Fest, was it
And Maryland Death Fest.
Maryland Death Fest, I think, recently.
Yes.
Um, so that's pretty cool. No, yeah, yeah, send me a couple of recommendations for them.
Yeah, I will. Yeah, one of my absolute favorite bands.
So one of my favorite bands, well, that I enjoy a lot was Blue Oyster Cult, right?
Oh, dude, yeah. I'm a
And
huge fan.
so I was
Huge
able to
fan.
get Buck Dharma's
I saw
uh
that.
yeah, his solo. I think it might be one of his only solo albums. I'm not
I've never
sure.
heard it. I've never heard it, to be honest. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you listened to it yet?
Yeah. It sounds great. Uh
Really?
it's called Flat Out from Buck Dharma, guitarist of Blue Oyster Cult
BOC.
vocals.
Yeah.
This is what I think Blue Oyster Cult would sound if it was just like an 80s rock band.
Okay.
If you've liked the last two Blue Oyster Cult albums, you
Which
will,
I have. Yeah.
yeah, then you'll probably
Yeah.
like this.
Cool.
There's not too much difference.
Yeah.
but maybe more 80s sounding, with
Yeah.
the keyboards and stuff like that. Um,
Maybe it just goes to show like how important he is to to BOC's sound, you
oh
know?
no, absolutely. Yeah, you could hear
Yeah.
that right away.
Yeah.
Um, and so I started trying to find more those of any of their albums. Fucking, but they're expensive.
Are you talking about BOC?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, they're fucking pricey.
Yeah. They're another one of the 70s bands that like I've only really gotten into within the last 10 years. And
Yeah,
I consider myself a huge BOC fan.
yeah, that's
They're a
cool.
fucking awesome band.
Yeah, dude, they're fucking great.
They're
Because
one
they
of the
do
best
span,
bands.
they do have different,
They do.
like they're they have the same thing where it's like different eras or different
Yes,
sounds. Like
totally.
there's fuck, what is that album called? Something Denied.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
Heaven Denied.
Heaven Denied, where it's
It's a
like
cool album. It's heavy.
it's heavy metal, dude. It's like
Yeah.
double bass and it's
Yeah.
just like
It's like
fucking
what
heavy.
in the 90, early 90s or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
Yeah. It's an
Club
awesome album.
Club
No one
Ninja,
talks about it. Club
another
Ninja's
good one.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah. 80, that's like 86 or
yep,
something. Yeah, I fucking love BOC.
yeah.
One of those bands where I'm like, why didn't I discover them earlier, you know?
I mean, it's just like it's like the what I always say, right? Like you hear "Don't Fear the Reaper," and
Yeah.
every band has that song,
Yeah.
where like I call
Every
it,
classic band. Yeah.
yeah, they have like what I call the Enter Sandman song.
Enter
Every
Sandman,
everyone
Stairway to
has,
Heaven.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So like it's like, oh, everyone thinks, oh, that's probably what they sound like when
Mm.
they're not like that.
Yeah.
So
You know what's funny though about that song though, Don't Fear the Reaper is like I was obviously that song gets played everywhere.
yeah, oh
Everywhere.
yeah,
Grocery stores,
yeah,
fucking movies.
yeah,
It's in every movie, you know, but like so for the longest time I was like uh all right, I'm sick of this song, but like a couple years ago I like reinvestigated it and I'm like what a fucking fantastic song.
yeah.
Like truly amazing song. You know, we just got tired of it because we heard it too much. You know?
Agreed. No, and then I heard it on Some Enchanted Evening, I think the live album.
Oh yeah, Some
Uh,
Enchanted Evening, yeah.
Fucking great, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's an actually amazing song. Like
Yeah.
if you break it down, it's like a 10 out of 10 song, you know?
Hmm.
You we just you just heard it too much. That's
That's the
all.
problem. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's why it's awesome that you revisit it again.
Yeah.
I want to get their last. I think they released two fucking DVDs,
Yeah, they've been putting out a
Blu-rays.
lot of live stuff lately.
Dude,
Yeah.
I want to get. I'm gonna have to get like both of them because it's two different concerts,
Yep.
two different uh set lists.
Oh shit, good.
Yeah, and I want to get it because it looks like it's just gonna be a lot of fun.
If you like live stuff, you should check out
Mm.
they put out I think a couple of years ago they put out an album called Live in USA and
Okay.
it's from like this late 70s or mid 70s, but it's so good. It's like one of the best live albums I've heard
Okay.
maybe ever. Like I
Damn.
said, it
Okay.
only come out a couple of years ago and I
Yeah.
bought it. The second I threw it on when I played it, I was like, it's just one of those it just has the energy of a good live show, you
Yeah.
know, where you just get right into it and like, oh shit,
Yeah.
this is awesome.
And they were
It's
probably on fire too during that time.
they were, yeah. So it's
Yeah.
like listening to it, it's an experience, you
Yeah.
know. So
That's cool.
live in USA, you might want to you can get it cheap on CD.
Yeah.
It's worth it.
Hell yeah. What
And
do you want
I'm
to?
not a guy that needs to buy every live album that comes out either.
Well,
So I bought
I
that.
did that with some of the classic rock bands. I did that with Pet Travers.
Yep.
I did
I did
that
it with
with,
Maiden and
yeah.
Rush, you know. And
Okay.
it was worth it, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Motorhead. I think I did Live at Hammersmith.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some live albums you just have to have, but
Yeah.
then there are some that are just like, okay, clearly the record label put this out just to cash in on the band.
Hmm.
It's not that good of a live album, you know.
Right.
But Live in USA is to me, it's like what? Okay, this should have been put out in the 70s because that's how good it is.
Yeah. That's funny.
But whatever. All right, so I think I have a couple from this band, maybe not, maybe just one. Yeah, okay. Just one for now, but I have some other stuff from them.
Okay.
German prog band called I always call them Nectar,
Yeah. Nectar.
but
Yeah.
I think some people call them Nectar. So I mean that is how it's spelled. So I
That's
don't know.
fucking cool.
Yeah, dude, their covers are so cool.
Yeah.
Just so like psychedelic
Is
and
that like Dolly? It looks like
it might
Salvador.
be. Yeah,
Yeah,
it might be because it's
that's
so
cool.
abstract and
Yeah,
so
they're
yeah,
great.
Nectar.
Yeah.
Yeah. 1972 or yeah. Um I will admit, yeah, I'm not I'm not super. I mean, this is one of those bands where I've known about for the longest time, but I'm only kind of just getting into them. I think
That's cool.
I already had an album previous to this, so
Oh,
this is
okay.
the first time I heard them. But
Yeah.
um, it's yeah, it's this might be my favorite stuff from them. A Tab in the Ocean, it's called, by the way.
Hmm.
Sorry, I'm bad at that.
It's okay.
It's got four songs, so it's Prague. They're all 15,
Yeah.
20-minute songs.
Yeah.
But I will say, like, yeah, maybe it's the fact that they're from Germany, and I'm not like a German prog expert.
Hmm.
Maybe they have a German sound. I'm not sure, but like, they definitely compared to all the prog I've ever heard, which is quite a bit at this point. Like, they have their own sound for sure.
Yeah.
It's they do a really cool job of like straddling the line between the complex prog stuff and there's plenty of catchiness.
Yeah.
You know, they're not a hard band to listen to.
Right.
Um, which is kind of I got to say I like that kind of prog where it's
Hmm.
like it's complex musicianship, but it's easy listening.
Right. Right. Right.
Because some bands they know how to incorporate the two styles, like
Hmm.
they know how to make complex stuff easy to listen to, and I feel like that's what Nectar did on that album at least, and all
Yeah.
their stuff that I've heard so far. So
I've not heard that one before. I've heard was it the orange one?
I think
It's
that's the one I have. Yeah, yeah,
right. It's got like a
yeah,
shell or I forgot what it is.
yeah. Yep. It's a
Yeah.
shell. It's like a seashell or
Yeah.
something. Yeah,
I've heard that one before.
that's the one I have.
Yeah.
So yeah,
That's cool.
yeah. That's a band I definitely want to like delve into and just listen to everything they've done.
Yeah. And there's a lot of more hidden
Hmm.
bands out there that we just
Oh, dude, yeah. Hundreds,
there's ton
thousands.
yeah,
Yeah.
there's tons
You know
and
what's
it's
cool is
crazy.
about since I'm showing so much prog,
Hmm.
I've always said that the prog scene of the 70s was a lot like the extreme metal scene of like, the early 90s up until now.
Yeah, I could see that.
It was extreme music. There was bands from all over the entire planet, all over the planet, all making this crazy non-commercial music.
Right. And that's
So,
weird. I mean, that's the weirdest thing too, but
yeah, it
that's a
is weird.
interesting observation actually. Yeah, you're right. Fucking cool.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, bands in third world countries in the 70s,
Yeah.
putting out this crazy music that they were compelled to make.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's
Yeah.
fucking cool.
It was, yeah. I mean, like, you'll never, I've been listening to prog now for 20 plus years and I've barely cracked the surface.
Oh, I know, dude. Can you imagine? Um,
It's badass.
the dudes from Opeth,
Yeah.
Steven
I've actually
Wilson,
discovered a couple of bands from Michael's recommendations.
right?
Whenever he lists bands, I'm like, oh, I'm checking these out.
Yeah, for sure.
That's how I heard Blackwater Park.
Yeah.
That's probably how thousands of people heard Blackwater Park.
Or Camel, you know?
Camel.
Yeah,
Yep. Yeah,
that's true.
Michael he's a prog guy.
Yeah, dude. And I mean, I'm glad that he's back too, man.
Yeah.
His Last Will and Testament,
Yeah, killer
fucking
album. It's
chef's
so
kiss.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah. You think that'll be your number one for the year? I guess it's too early to say, but probably.
For last year. Yeah.
Oh shit, that was 2024, wasn't
Yeah.
it? That's right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
actually it was.
Oh
It
shit, I
was.
forgot. I
It
forgot about
was.
that.
That's
Yeah.
crazy, huh? Yeah.
I'm so bad with year release years.
Nah, I mean it came out late in the year
Yeah,
to
late in the
be
year.
to be honest.
Yeah.
It was what, November, October. So
Yeah.
but it was great. It's one of those albums where, you know, that idea of uh, you know, collecting well he talked about collecting vinyl and
Yeah.
working at a vinyl store and they sent him to collect, I guess. Someone wanted to donate their collection because the guy passed away.
Oh, okay.
And the daughter was like, I don't fucking want anything to do with this.
Mhm.
Kind of like no connection with dad,
Yeah.
no connection with the
Yeah.
music.
Yeah.
So she donated it, and he got that bright
And
idea.
vinyl is heavy, like
Yeah.
the idea of hauling that to somewhere, nobody wants to do that.
Yeah. And the idea of he thought like, well, who the fuck's gonna inherit my vinyl when I'm gone? And he
Mm.
kind of got the idea of Less Will and Testament like that.
Oh,
Uh,
cool.
so
I didn't know that.
yeah, I read one of the interviews on it was Decibel magazine.
Yeah.
It was a great one.
Cool.
Yeah, but yeah, it's hopefully get that one soon, the next
Yeah,
month or
dude.
so.
I'm gonna probably go buy that this weekend
Yeah,
I'm gonna probably buy that album today because
yeah,
I've already listened to it, but I'm like, why do I not own it yet?
yeah, yeah. That's a good question.
'Cause I
Yeah,
do buy all the Opeth stuff. Even
yeah,
if I'm not sure I'm gonna like it, I still buy it. I have all the prog, the previous albums that I still am coming around to, I think, in a way,
yeah.
you know?
Each time it gets a little better to listen to.
Yeah. Like I recently I just bought Sorceress and I haven't spent a lot of time with that album.
Yeah,
But I will say Heritage I actually came around to Heritage. I don't know if
you were
you ever
telling me.
will.
You were telling.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's all right.
You might not ever come around to it.
I might not, but
Maybe you will.
I'll try.
Yeah.
I'll try.
All right.
I'll.
It's well, I will say though, I did come around to it, but I haven't listened to it again since I came around to it. So
Oh, there you go.
maybe I came back down from it.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I should probably play it again, but
yeah.
I don't know. I like it okay, but
Yeah,
I understand the people that don't.
of course.
It's also not my favorite era of Opeth, so
Yeah,
by any
yeah.
means.
That was a weird time. But I mean, like you said, I always try to make it a point to try to revisit that, and then I just forget. So
Yeah.
I need to get better on that.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's hard. There's so much stuff to listen to. You
mhm,
can't make time for everything.
mm-mm. Um, were you finished with your records?
I have three more. You want me to just go through them?
Sure, go for it.
Yeah. Which is going to be funny because you just mentioned Camel, and here we go. I got a Camel record.
That's
So
cool.
Rain Dances.
Oh,
This
okay.
is the only Camel I've heard so far,
Oh, no
and
shit.
this
Okay.
is this is from I think the late '70s also.
Yeah,
So I had never heard Camel before. Obviously, I'd heard the name. Let's just move
yeah.
this. Gosh. I heard the name, so I played this, and it's fantastic. This album is so good. And I've heard from what I've gathered, like this is not general
Oh, that's
consensus.
cool.
This is not their best album, or not the fan favorite, but I thought it was absolutely killer. So I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah. I'll have
if
to
I'm
check
only
that one
going
out.
up from here, yeah, it should be good.
Yeah.
1977. So there you go.
Okay.
That was kind of 70, like I said, 77, 78. That's like kind of the final years for prog
Yeah, that's true.
in the initial run. But
Yeah.
this album is so good.
I'll have to
Um,
check that one out because that's not the one that I'm familiar with, you know. I'm
yeah.
familiar with like the Snow Goose and
Oh, the Snow Goose. Okay.
yeah, Moon Madness is a fucking killer. I want to hear fuck, what is it? Is it Sahara or something like that? I forgot what it's
I think
called.
you're right. Is that the one
Uh
that has the camel on the front?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
okay.
So,
Yeah. So you got some guys in this band like Mel Collins. I think he was in King Crimson. I'm pretty sure at
okay.
one point. But yeah, this this is a band that after hearing that, like I said, I've heard the name for years, and after hearing this,
Yeah.
I just can't wait to hear more. Especially if this is an album that's not even going to be my favorite, maybe potentially.
Yeah,
I can't even imagine what's
the
left
other ones. Yeah,
for me to discover. But I can fully recommend Rain Dances by Camel because I thought it was just amazing.
that's cool.
And then I bought this album. I guess I didn't know that I had it, and I already did. So now I have two copies.
That's funny.
Yeah, if you don't have it, I'll send you one. We got Yes Drama.
Hey, no, I don't have that one.
All right, yeah,
That's cool.
it's yours, dude. This
Ha,
this
that's
album
awesome.
is this is absolutely killer. Yes album.
I'll double check, but I don't think I have that one.
Okay. Yeah, this is one of those albums where it's like it shouldn't be as good as it is because
That's cool.
it's a
Yeah.
later album. It's not later, but it's later. It's 1980, you
Mm,
know. So 1980 you would think that would mean that it wouldn't be a prog album, but this is a full on prog album.
that's great.
Um it was so John Anderson had left
Mm,
already. So you had Jeff Downes doing the vocals. No, 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 not Jeff Downes. Trevor Horn,
okay.
who was a guy from he was I don't know. He did some 80s stuff. I don't know. Something like that. I think he was in a band in the 80s that was a thing. But this album is so killer. It starts off with a song called Machine Messiah, which is like it's funny because
That's a metal
it's a
song.
yes song, but it's super heavy. It's like Black Sabbath heavy.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it's like doom metal heavy almost.
Yeah.
But this album is it's still a complete prog album, and I think it's maybe one of their best albums.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So I got one more. Yeah, I'll send that to you because like I said, I only bought it because I didn't know if I had it or not. So
Yeah.
you'll love it. It's fucking awesome. All right. So finishing it off with a killer black metal compilation. This band is called Velo Miseri,
Hmm.
a band out of Spain.
Yeah. That's
Compilation
cool.
is called Retrospectiva de la Fatalidad, which you could probably say better than me because you speak Spanish and I don't.
Yeah. I think it's
Did I do okay?
retrospect of the fate. Yeah.
Okay.
Retrospectiva de la fatalidad. Yeah. That's pretty cool.
So we were talking about earlier limited releases.
Oh shit. That's
So
limited.
yeah, 100 releases or 100
50
copies.
of 100.
Death Cult Productions, pretty good label from what I've heard. So yeah, Spanish black metal.
Yeah.
Um, I've had some of their stuff before this, but I haven't. It's not exactly something I've spent a lot of time with. Like I'm not going to be able to describe it, to a T, but all I'll say is it's really good black metal. Um, that was the cool little poster there.
Oh, that is cool.
Um,
So it's a
yeah,
best of from there.
yeah, and actually, I have not even listened to this album yet. But just going off the other stuff that I have from this band,
Yeah.
which is I already haven't spent enough time with it. It's just good black metal. I would say anyone into black metal just look into it because I can't really describe it too well. But
Yeah.
I just remember it being good. I actually, so I have a buddy who has a record label in Spain,
Hmm.
and yeah, he actually had sent me one of their earlier releases. So I was like, that was a couple of years ago. So I saw this record in our local record store, so I had to buy it because I already had, heard the name.
Damn, dude, you guys get a lot of like obscure stuff then.
Surprisingly, like I can find it from time to time. Not as good as maybe some places, but
Yeah.
it could be worse.
Do you find things that are affordable or do you think they're over 30 or
I would say if yeah, like there's a record store that I go to that's like literally maybe 2 blocks from me. Um, it's not bad. Like I understand that like record stores, they got to charge a little bit more than like Discogs and stuff like
right.
that. So I would say this record store is pretty fair. And then there's some of the other ones I go to that are, maybe a little farther away. They're pretty fair too. So
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, I would say we don't have a ton of record stores, but the ones we have are, as far as prices go, I think are pretty fair. Because I've seen online some record stores where it's like you guys are just gouging
Oh,
prices here.
dude. Yeah,
You know,
the major one here in El Paso, price gouges for sure.
yeah,
Yeah, and
like
it sucks
fifty
because
fifty dollar records and stuff,
right.
and it's like I'm talking about like new releases. Not old shit that's
Right.
worth money, but like yeah, Brian, I'm not paying $50 for a new release.
Yeah.
And I understand that that's not only I'm not picking on any one store in particular, but like
Right.
yeah, I'm not picking on anyone in particular, but like yeah, like $50 way too much. 40 there for a new release, there are very few albums I'm going to pay
Hmm.
even 40 for, you know.
Exactly.
That's just me, but like 30 and below is what I go. And 30 for me, 30's high,
It is.
you know.
It is. But
30's high
I'll
too,
do
but I'll
it.
pay it. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah. So I mean,
exactly.
there's certain dollar amounts where I'm a little bit, I'm like, nope, I'm not paying that. You
Yeah.
know.
And then you get lucky every once in a while. Like we hit, flea markets and thrift stores, and
Yeah,
every once in a while you get lucky when you find stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. And that's part of the game, just looking.
it is. Yeah.
One
And
of the
I might pay a little more for like an old release that I can't find anymore, you know?
That's right. I mean, but that's why but that's weird though too, because like, you know, Superior for these two for, $10 each.
Yeah. I would
Um,
have paid much more than that.
yeah, dude,
For
that's what I'm
like
saying.
if I saw that Superior CD in a record store for 25 bucks, I would have picked
Yeah,
it up. I would have snagged it, you know?
it's crazy, dude.
And you got it for 10. So yeah,
Yeah,
that goes to show
yeah.
you, yeah. Yeah, that's a steal. I you said you didn't you say you bought it from one of the band members too?
No, it was Discogs.
Oh, okay. I might have been thinking about someone else. Yeah, because that band's from Germany. So
Right. Yeah, no, it was a record store out of Utah.
oh, okay.
Yeah, and then it took them a long time though, because I bought that fucker in early mid-February, and they
You
just
just
came
got
in.
it.
I just like 5 days ago. I just got it
Oh,
recently. Yeah.
that took almost a month.
Yeah, dude, because he's like, yeah, it's gonna take forever for them to process it in the postal service, and then eventually they'll give you the tracking
Wow.
number and all that shit. So it took forever.
Maybe it's in like some city where they have a really bad postal service or something, or like
It could be. It was like out in Utah, so I'm not
hmm,
sure if it was a smaller city.
it must have
Could
been.
could
Yeah,
have been.
if it took that, that long.
That took a long time.
Jesus Christ. Utah's not that far away, but
It's
whatever. Okay.
not.
Huh. Huh.
But yeah, man. And then you're gonna do something soon. Let me know. I'll show
Yeah,
a lot of the movies that I got. We'll talk about that.
yeah. I've got like I said, yeah, every month I what I've been doing lately with movies is I've been doing a monthly, video for the movies.
Yeah,
So I'll do one for every month. So yeah.
yeah. And you're not doing music anymore?
Not for the time being, but I have if I yeah, like I said, if you want to do a second part, it doesn't have to be anytime soon, but I have like God, I have a lot of CDs. I probably have like 40 CDs that I bought that need to be shown to. So
Yeah. Yeah, give me a little bit of time. I'm sure I'm gonna
yeah.
build up too, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah, yeah. They're not going anywhere,
Yeah.
obviously. So yeah. But if you want to do a movie, yeah, every month, usually around the beginning of the month,
Okay.
I'll do a video for my
That's
movies.
that's perfect. We'll do that. Because I have plenty of stuff that I want to show, so that's perfect.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude.
All right, man. Well, let's cut it here, dude.
All right,
All
sounds
right,
good.
man. Hopefully you guys enjoyed a lot of the weird, cool stuff that we have and,
Randomness. Well,
a
I think
lot
it's
of random.
perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like a good variety of stuff, but
Yeah.
hey, that's just me.
It was, right? It was a lot of variety.
Yeah,
And then I'll show you next time I'll show more, but
yeah,
we're all good, man. All right,
nice.
guys. Let's end it here. Buy the ticket. Take the ride.
Yeah.